it's Tiger. I need you to do me a huge favor. Can you please take your name off your phone? My wife went through my phone and maybe calling you. So if you can, please take your name off that and what do you call it? Just have it as a number on the voicemail. Just have it as your telephone number. That's it. Okay, you gotta do this for me. Huge, quickly. All right, bye.
All right.
Oh, shit. Will you just mix the thing?
All right.
You're not going to do it, are you?
I don't think so.
All right. Jesus. I don't like behind the scenes. You're not going to do it because we're doing video today and you hate me.
It was pretty funny, though.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good start to the show.
He's pent up.
Who? Blake?
Yeah.
Pent up on not
Making
being
fun
able
of us.
Yeah.
ruin our lives for a whole week.
You're right. That's what was missing from my vacation. It was just punching up to you guys.
Punching up?
Punching up.
Take a look at that payroll.
You heard what I said.
So, yeah, I talked to Jake this morning, and he was like, remember, Blake wasn't here last week. I was like, you sure? Because everything ran great.
I felt like there was an extra little pop,
Yeah.
If you need me to take another week, I'll take another week.
Don't threaten us.
But I did see some complaints about the timing of the release of the episodes.
Oh, geez.
And there you are, sitting right next to Michael.
There you
Hey,
go.
Michael. Good to see you, bud.
Cakeland right there, just filling in dutifully.
I thought he was doing a great job. In fact, he said, let's leave him wanting.
Yeah.
Like, let's just see the desire, if the desire is out there, and it was.
Yeah.
He was edging the listener.
We
That's
have a
what Michael
weird
will do.
move of, and I suppose this will become more apparent in the coming days and weeks, as a great man once said, of putting all of our best-looking people behind the camera.
Yeah.
Other video man, striking. You
Very
and I,
good-looking man.
potentially on a commercial for HIV medicine.
We're falling apart.
Yeah.
You're the before model in actual commercials.
It's okay if y'all don't kiss, please.
Sorry
The
about
older
your-
generations.
Sorry about your grandfather.
They don't need to see that.
Yeah.
I think
we're
they
here.
do. We are here, and we're out on a. We're not doing a 690 sit-in today. Is this a 690 sit-out?
Sure.
Yeah.
We are out, and it's a video show as well. Thanks to Michael Copeland. Is it CopelandProductions.com? Put it here. CopelandProductions.com.
That'll take him an hour.
Okay.
No, it'll take him less than a
That wasn't
minute.
even a joke. I just meant like adding that. Michael, that was not a shot.
I'm sorry about Jake.
I want
That was
people,
not a shot. I just
want
feel
people
like
to know
I'm just
he'll-
saying like Dan asking for something because last week Michael was trying to figure out how to do the audio stuff, and Dan's like, get a speaker, get an extra headset. We got a guest. We need another mic. And Michael looked like the Kermit typing meme.
A very demanding guy.
Yeah.
We're at a sit-out.
Yeah.
And the person, I got to admit, well, let me just welcome Caroline Pfeiffer.
Is it
That
Carolyn
where
or
we are.
Caroline? Line?
Do you have the mic? Grab the mic.
Yeah, grab a mic.
Caroline.
Don't be shy. I love your house.
Oh, my God.
The best house.
Beautiful house. I'd like to stay
The
here.
best house.
In fact,
The
I'm
best.
now here.
Oh, you're not leaving?
Try to legally. Isn't that
gonna
the
do
bit?
like
a
you're squatting?
squatter's rights type
These
thing?
days, yeah. My mom said Rose called her and said Rose was concerned because Rose was in Florida visiting her daughter.
Your mom's friend.
Rose is 80 years old, and she's stoked on, like, she told my mom the other day, because my mom said, what is this? She asked me, what is this news place? She goes, Rose just told her the only real news is Newsmax.
Yeah. That's big.
And
It's really big.
so Rose was concerned because she was visiting her daughter in Florida that somebody was going to squat in her house in Ohio. and when she got back, she wouldn't be able to get in.
That's awesome.
Like she's
man,
legit. Like she had to get back quick.
Being old sucks. Like you just believe everything.
Yeah.
You
No, I think
don't
she
really
was
have
telling
time
her
to not believe it.
I said, "Have you asked Rose where's John F. Kennedy?" Because she was also telling her he was going to appear in Dallas on some day or whatever. Why was I talking about Rose? What were we just talking about? Caroline.
You were going to squat
here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to squat
See,
here. Yeah.
This is
beautiful house.
part
Back
of
to
the deal.
Caroline. So I'm very sexist, though. I found out. I thought I wouldn't be. I'm a girl dad. As you're a girl mom, right?
Correct.
2 girls. Kind of the same thing. Jake used to be one of us.
Didn't even say 1 cup.
Then he no.
He's growing.
I
Fantastic.
try not to say that with my daughters, but you're right. With Caroline's daughters, I should have. What am I doing? Not picking up that fumble. Anyway, I walked in, and I thought, oh, okay. She introduced herself, Caroline. It was very nice. And then I thought, well, certainly Caroline has set this up for her husband.
Mm-hmm.
She has bought the 690 remote, and this is kind of a gift because we've had that happen a couple of times already.
We have.
Last week, maybe.
Indeed. At Street Man.
So I was profiling.
Yeah.
Caroline. Just figured, okay, now we'll meet the guy who actually wants us to be here. But no, then the guy
He was
is
like,
very
who are
confused.
you two losers?
Very confused. He's like, well, I'm happy to meet
What the hell's going on in my house?
the guys that my wife listens to every day.
Yeah. And
How
he's
did
like,
how did this occur, Caroline? What's
This is true.
take us back?
P1. So I think for probably 10, 12 years when I became a stay-at-home mom, it's on all day, every day.
Okay.
Either on the house speakers or on my headphones.
So Mark, unfamiliar with
He
the
is
ticket
familiar when I
ecosystem.
tell him when I feel like he needs to know something, usually all the funny stuff. But over the years, he listens a little bit.
He's picked it
when
up because of you.
but he's doing deals.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got things
busy.
happening.
He's lubing the deals. You know what I heard about the ticket, actually? No subscription.
That's right. I actually have.
Yeah, you don't have to enter your credit card number. You don't have to pay anything, and it's just there on demand all the time.
One of my pieces of viewer mail addresses that. Says
I'm sorry. Addresses what?
Just the fact it says I was listening to the ticket and they did a promo basically about how there's no monthly subscription for it.
Oh, I didn't even.
And
I
then
didn't know
the
that.
email says petty Fs.
Well,
not
no,
the
I think they're
hosts.
just providing facts.
It makes me want to go contribute to your Venmo as an FU to them.
I'm never gonna turn that down.
Venmo at the Dumb Zone.
Yeah, that's our
It's the most amazing house I've ever seen.
digital tip jar. How about that?
I don't even know, dude. I don't know where to begin. I could live like in their kitchen.
Yeah, I feel like we could get lost here and they wouldn't even know we were here.
I know. Got a grand piano. Not a piano.
They got a pool boy. Are you upset the husband's home when the pool boy's here? A little tension there. Yeah, well, thanks for having us out.
Thanks for being here.
This is good times. Do you know, like, your number or your day and all that?
I was telling
yeah.
Blake, I'm actually very disappointed in my number because I couldn't find you guys. I'm searching Dan and Jake podcast, and it was either the D Magazine or the Mom Game. I think it was when you were on the Mom Game that I finally
Not you.
figured out what it was called. And so I'm not very proud of my subby. I want.
So you're not on the Twitter, because that's kind of the only place we do promotion.
Oh no, not on the Twitter.
Yeah, we gotta branch out. Are you on the gram?
I am on the gram.
Okay.
I'm a mom of 2 kids, and that's
you have to be on the
Prime, yeah.
What's
Most-
our gram?
We do okay there. It's just hard to put links.
I think he meant
in
like
Instagram.
at the Dumb Zone 69.
Yeah.
I think. I tagged you this morning.
Is it? So we didn't get the dumb zone? How do we not get that? I tried to change my Instagram to bracketdan because it used to be Graham McDowell, and I just wanted to. I'm branding myself, and I'm trying to be consistent across all platforms.
Yep.
And bracketdan is taken. must be from P1 or whatever. And so if you are out there, come on, help a guy out. So I'm bracketdan 69 for now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to start a new one because mine is like Kemp 1310. But honestly, like...
No, you can change it.
Oh, you can just change the handle?
Yeah, because I was... Whatever.
Yeah, the problem with Instagram for me, I would love for the show to do it more, but the problem for me is I'm a big fan of butts.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like every single time I look at Instagram, which is like once a week, I'm just overrun with butts.
Well, see your previous comment.
Well, that's
if
what
you're
I'm
just liking pictures.
Well,
of
no,
butts,
I've never
they're
liked.
gonna show you
I've never
butts.
liked anything. I've never commented
Wow.
on anything. I've never posted on anything. But I've probably like looked at a butt.
Yeah, and it could tell how long
perhaps.
you hovered there. Or
Yeah,
something.
how much I zoomed.
Yeah.
And so now it's just delivering me NBA free agency rumors
Yeah.
and butts,
Uh-huh.
both of which I'm into.
It
but
seems like it's
I
gotta-
feel like I need to look at less butts.
Seems like it has you
frankly.
nailed pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't want that in my daily life though. Like Twitter, I can just go see people fight.
Yeah.
Instagram, it just seems like a lot of.
I always thought Instagram was just, it's Twitter, but just pictures. It's,
But
Yeah.
it's way more like glossy. Would you say that's fair, Caroline?
I would. Yeah, it's your highlight reel.
Yeah, it's.
And you can't put a link?
You
It
can put
doesn't. It doesn't like links.
Yeah.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. It just anytime I try to put a link on the post, it doesn't do well.
Yes, I can
Because
understand what you're
Instagram doesn't
saying.
want you to leave Instagram.
Well, none of them
correct. Correct.
But I mean,
But I think
people
that-
definitely like influencers definitely like put the link to their shop on there.
Yeah.
But that's keeping them.
That's also
That's
Then
true.
you're getting your swipe up.
What about link in bio?
Okay,
yeah.
Can we put that?
that's been cooking.
Then where is it going to take you? Where's the link in your bio taking you?
That's the question that none of us can really answer now.
I have a brief weekend story for you.
All right.
So
This is Jake Kemp. I'm Dan McDowell, and that's Blake Jones, by the way.
I just don't think we have to do all that
You
anymore.
got to stop doing that.
Oh, really? I actually got some support on that.
People are telling us we need to do that.
Yeah.
Why?
Branding. Brand yourself.
So we went on Saturday to Chicken and Pickle, the pickleball place.
I thought you said you would never go there.
We didn't play. Nobody played. It's essentially just like a large outdoor area.
Like you brought your kid?
Both kids, yeah, everybody brought
Okay.
their kids. There's a huge playground. There's like a big Jenga,
Yeah.
big Connect 4,
Okay.
you know.
I'm on board.
The Masters and the Rangers and the Stars are on. They got drinks, they got food, whatever. So I go over to the playground. Wife and I did with both kids, 5 and 1.5. And there's probably a space from where the playground construction ends to the fence that's like maybe 10 feet wide. You know, it's wood chips.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's probably about 40 to 50 feet long. So it's a pretty slim little area, and it's not that long. And there is a youth baseball team there for their post game. Their parents probably wanted to go knock a few back and hang out. And there's like 15 of them in their uniforms. And they're playing full on tackle football.
What are they, 10, 12?
10, I would say. Yeah, somewhere around there. 10, 11,
A
something
lot
like
of grab ass,
that. Dude,
horseplay.
my wife got drilled in the head with a football.
Oh, no.
And the kids are coming down the slides, and like, you know, it ejects them into what is now the field of play. And I was very close to being that guy.
I was going to say, now do you, because I probably just try to gather everybody and just walk away.
Yeah, but then that
I
comes with
avoid
a whole,
that.
that comes with a whole,
Or I just hope
Freak out,
someone
cry.
else
yeah,
will step in
yeah.
with higher T. Did
And-
you do it?
No, and it wasn't even really like a tea thing. In my mind, I'm like, man,
This is like the slap
it's exactly like the slap. Yes.
because you're worried about, your kid.
But like, you know, a 1.5-year-old, like he runs like it's Tecmo Bowl. Like he runs in an S curve, you know? Like
yeah.
He doesn't have a straight line. So if he wants to go from here to like say where Caroline's sitting, he's gonna run to where Dan is sitting and then over to where Caroline is. Like he doesn't.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. And so his moves are unpredictable. And now I've got, you know, a team of 10 and 11-year-olds who all have Patrick Mahomes' haircut.
Yeah.
And Oakley blades on. And some of them even have Beats, wireless Beats headphones on. Don't know if they're listening to anything. Don't know. The rest of them have AirPods in. And they're just like running. And I saw another little girl get trucked. And that was the point where I was like, dude, I'm telling you. Like if this ends up landing at my front door, like I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
Not to the kid.
Yeah, do you wait till your kid gets hit? What'd you do? How does the date end?
I basically like boxed them out.
Okay.
So like I turned back towards the playground.
So you're
like,
blocking for your kids.
Pretty much, yeah. And like
Just
kind of
keep
had
a
my
clear
arms
path.
out a little bit and like backed up, which definitely messed up their game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was eating 20% of the field. You know, so they would just run around me. And
now is wife imploring you to be the man of the house or the...
No.
That's always a weird bit.
She normally has to dial you back a little bit.
She does, but she also, if you would rewind the tape a few minutes ago, got hit in the head with a football.
Oh, yeah.
Like
exceptions to
So
every
you're
situation.
ready to step in
Pretty
if one
hard.
of your kids gets hit.
Yeah, I mean.
But they're blood.
Yeah.
Your wife is not
I
a
just
blood
met her.
relative of yours.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, and you run into this at like, you know, the bounce house place or we go to one called Kid Empire. It feels like a ton of birthdays are there. There's a Cheeky Monkey. That's another version.
I mean, this is why they
where you're
have...
just like, this kid is being a dick.
But why they have the Easter egg hunt in, you know, age groups.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you got a bunch of 10-year-olds playing with a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, that's not going to mix.
Right.
Yeah. Especially 10-year-old boys, right? Because they're idiots.
Yeah, I mean, although I will tell you this, one of the kids who I on site just hated, like he looked like he probably will, even 30 years younger than me, be my boss one day.
Mm-hmm.
They had a female with them. She must have been one of the older sisters for the team, like one of the boys' older sisters, and she had braces. And she looked like she was probably 13 while they were 9, 10, 11.
Leg braces or mouth?
Yeah, it was mouth.
Okay.
Nobody ever thinks of that. And you're aware of how they talk, right? Like kids now. I don't remember.
I'm aware of
I'm gonna
older
fill
teenagers.
I'm gonna fill in the name of the kid, and I probably won't be that far off. She goes, Mason, bruh.
Oh my God.
Why are you so short, bruh? And it was like the shortest kid in the group.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, well, that's
She's
something.
busting his balls.
She's like, well, he said, that's something that I cannot control.
Oh, wow.
So, why do your teeth look like that? And she was like, bro, I was born premature, bruh.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
She was like, my teeth are like this because I was born this way, bruh. And he goes, that's what I mean. That's something you can't control. But I didn't point it out until you pointed
Mason
it out.
Dang.
with
Oh,
the
that's
logic.
awesome.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Our future lawyer.
Yeah. Gained a lot of respect for him. In that moment, he was like, that's what I'm saying. I didn't point it out. And I wish you wouldn't point it out for me.
So I've never asked my wife this, but I'm going to ask you. So you find that your husband was searching porn, let's say, right?
Whoa.
Okay.
He's just sitting here.
He's going to take it.
Yeah, no, he's now
He's exiting the room.
But I've always had this hypothetical, and I've just wondered what would be more disturbing. Okay, so and in the back in the old days when you could access Pornhub.com or something.
R.I.P. So sorry, guys.
Yeah.
A guy hooked us up. It works.
You've already tested it.
The VPN.
I just tested it. I didn't test drive it.
Some guy said he set us up with a VPN.
Yeah, I responded to that. I said, thanks. I'll watch the next Rangers game with it.
That's
Jake
what I
was testing something else, apparently.
No, I was watching soccer.
Sure. What blackout on soccer
The
do we
beautiful
have?
game.
The world's game.
The beautiful game.
In the Windy City.
So you find that there's certain searches within the porn site.
Oh,
jeez. Keywords, For me, it's always missionary wife. Like I'm just looking for something with my wife, and it's missionary.
I just search loving wife.
Okay.
I don't even care what else is going on. I just want
search
two people who are in love. Cuddling.
Cuddling after.
Actually, you know what I search? Communication.
Yeah. Listening. I searched guy listening.
Because that's what I love.
My favorite part of everything is just
stepbrother
listening
listens
to her
to
problems.
stepsister.
That's right.
Did you search it before or after your couple's dinner?
Oh.
So my question is, you find out that you just see that he's searching porn, and you see that he's searching braces. Would you be more concerned if you were to go down that hole and find that he was searching mouth braces or leg braces?
It still gets me every
I think
time.
that's an easy answer.
Is it?
Mouth braces, because of the age. That's normally.
But otherwise, he's searching for crippled ladies.
I'd rather it be a lady.
That's a
Well,
good
let's just
rebuttal.
assume they're all ladies.
Oh, they're all ladies.
Right?
Yeah,
Are
okay,
you
yeah.
getting
They're
weird
all
over here?
No, yeah, we're not searching 13-year-old girls, but
Well, that's my first thought.
But if you're a
that's
dude-
what I've always said too.
I've always though thought it to track. I think this is wrong.
You should
this
be
is a
careful
problem.
with whatever you're about to say.
Don't you think kind of a 30-year-old or whatever 35-year-old lady that has braces, there's something appealing about that?
No.
Or is that like
No,
not at all?
no.
I don't know.
I have to say, this was not on my bingo card
Is that wrong?
of what we were going to
Should I not say that? Can you cut that out, Blake?
Well, I mean, I think
Yeah, I'll
what
take
you're
care of it for
saying
you.
is that you want adult women to cosplay as younger women, and that's.
But I mean, it's just it's a cute look.
But I feel like you're using the
I'm gonna try and dig out of this hole.
You're using the euphemism "cute" for prepubescent.
But I am repulsed. Not so repulsed, but I'm not on board with. Like, I don't like pigtails on a 35-year-old lady.
Well, that's a bold stance.
Don't you
I'm
think
glad
that's
you-
weird though? If you're trying to allege that I'm just into dreaming that she was young,
Yeah.
then pigtails, that would be certainly a.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a bit over the top.
But I'm way against that.
But on the
But
leg
I've always
brace-
thought a lady who's that age in braces, I think that's attractive, and I don't know why.
Is it because they're trying to better themselves or
Maybe.
something? Or I don't know. I mean, that's really weird.
When is the last time you saw more than one or two people
It's
with braces?
You don't see that very often. No.
When his VPN fires up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife has thought about getting them, and now I definitely know.
So leg is the pro. You're in.
You're helping them.
You're hoping that it's leg.
I think so.
Think
yes.
so, but you're not 100%.
Not 100%. Is there an option C?
No.
Iron lung.
This day and age, yeah. Search iron lung. Yeah. What if it was a wheelchair search?
Yeah,
As long as she's over, a certain age, though, you're fine with it, right?
nobody else had to say that.
Okay. No. They're all way over a certain age. Okay, way over. I'm not talking 18-year-old.
Nobody's being
I'm not talking
exploited or
18-year-old with braces. I was talking 35-year-old with braces. Anyway,
Jeez.
let's move on. On today's show, the WNBA draft is tonight.
Caitlin Clark was on SNL.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, I'm going to issue
Pretty
a
good.
watch. Not a warning, but a watch. SNL?
Come on.
On the way back?
Dude, it's been pretty good lately.
Hmm.
It actually has. If you haven't seen the Beavis and Butthead sketch from this weekend with Ryan Gosling, that was hilarious.
That was funny. See, I only saw it because I saw a couple clips, and those are the ones that were floating out, the Caitlin Clark. And
Well, I think they figured it out, right? I was asleep at 9:15 on Saturday. So Sunday morning.
I don't know how you vary so much.
Used to, I was pretty consistent.
Like, I can't go to sleep 3 hours different than I went to sleep last night. Well, I guess I did once, and I was in France.
Yeah. I try to stay. My wake up time is pretty consistent.
Yeah.
My go to bed time is a
So
little
if you
bit
go to
different.
sleep at 9:15, you will get a nice full 8 hours?
Yeah, and if I go to sleep at midnight, I'll get 5.
Okay.
So yeah, I went to Chicken and Pickle. Had
You
a
were
couple
exhausted?
cocktails.
Oh.
And we went to I popped my Bob Jones cherry Saturday.
You never been to Bob Jones Park or the Bob Jones Nature Center?
Neither, but we did the Nature Center.
Okay, yeah.
Cuz it's, we have 4 more parks on the way to there.
Yeah, my
when
older
we're living
daughter
where
worked there last year.
It's
last
super
summer.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that for like 2 hours.
You could learn stuff about science.
You can.
And, like,
butterflies.
butterflies.
Yeah, and my daughter's stoked on butterflies, so it was really cool. And then ate a little candy and went to bed at like 9:15. And
Okay.
then next morning, I feel like I consume SNL now way more because they figured out, like, we'll just put a 5 or 6 minute clip on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, I enjoy that. And then I often will go from there to, all right, well,
The full episode?
Let's kind of scroll through the episode and see if there's anything on here we like.
I don't know how we started talking SNL, but
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark was on there. Yeah, I mean, and that bit was like, that's something
fine.
they do a few times
But
per year.
she did well.
Yeah, I was a little bit distracted by, she didn't really know where to look.
Mm.
So it was like obvious that the whole time, if I were talking to you right now, Dan, then I'm just looking like this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I watched that. You know what I mean?
You know what her jacket was? It was like an inn, like a Nebraska inn, but she's not from Nebraska.
I assumed it was maybe like her high school.
I saw something on the Soch that said it's a Nike logo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a new Nike brand.
That
thing.
makes sense. She's about to make bank, bro.
Yeah, I can't believe she would just sell out like that.
So that's
Venmo at
tonight.
the Dumb Zone.
Oh, man,
Possibly.
That's very loud.
That's all right. You got a highball.
Cup of ice. Yes, that's right. I have an old fashioned.
Possibly we will put the wraps on the Eclipse with a little audio. We have golf audio. We have Trump audio.
That's in the news.
Oh, we're saving that for the news?
Yeah.
Because I found a really nice thing. Oh, also, I did want to promote the fact that we sold out our big 420 event. But unlike some events that are sold out, you can still be there on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
HTTP.
No, just Google YouTube the Dumb Zone.
Oh.
It's just going to be so much easier. No.
Yeah, on 420, that's Saturday, at 420, we will do a live stream from the Alamo Draft House in Las Colinas.
You know what's funny is like, I think I've told you this story before, but my mom has told me, she didn't really tell me this until they got divorced. And when she was like, the first time I ever went to your father's apartment, he was growing pot.
Oh, wow. Chappie?
Yeah. Like, I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah, why are you
sounds
telling?
cool.
I thought you wanted me to not like that.
Yeah. He's like, just backfired. But that being said, I was telling my dad about it. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, it's like a pot thing. He's like, what about it?
Oh, he didn't understand the 420 thing?
No. I was like, yeah, we're doing it Saturday. And he's like, what time? I'm like, 4:20. He's like, 4:20? He's like, not 4:30? Thank you, man. Yeah, and he just had no idea. So that missed him.
Huh.
But yeah, that was a very funny moment in my upbringing. It was like, your dad.
Have you ever talked to him about that? Like said, hey, Mom once said this to me?
Yeah. It took a while, but I've done it for sure.
Well, we got to remember that come football season. I'd like to discuss that.
He's pretty available whenever you want him.
Publicly. Yeah, I know. We could probably pop him on right now. Yeah, so watch our YouTube page if you want.
Yeah,
that day.
I think it'll be
we
cool.
have a world premiere of a video
Yes.
that we will lead off with and talk about. We have golf audio today because Jake, Major Jake, he loves him some golf.
Dude, I got to tell you, in all my years, not just of watching the sport, but of watching that tournament specifically, I've never seen Amen Corner play like that.
Like what?
Just hard and fast. And you could tell how it changed from Thursday to Sunday.
Incredible.
You got to give it to him.
You got anything before we dive into golf? It was the Masters weekend. Yeah, Blake was on vacation for a week. He left.
Was he?
During the eclipse. What do you think of that, Caroline?
Unbelievable.
Actually, I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That he left?
No.
Oh, the eclipse was
just
awesome.
going back. I was kind of like Jake. I didn't know if it was going to be that big of a deal. But at our kids' school, they brought them all out to the football field. We went, and I was kind of like, wow, it was amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm sad. I'm sad Brooks missed out, and now Brooks will never remember
How will he
it.
grow up? Not
And all those kids are going to have this cool memory.
They are.
Yeah.
And
Except
Brooks
one.
could have had it.
Oh man.
He
Yeah.
missed it.
It was a collective experience.
Yeah.
Like it's what we yearn for.
Unity.
We want that. It brought all together.
Like Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm. And
Black, white, purple people.
yeah.
Everyone.
I don't care what color you are.
Yeah.
Well, we had booked this trip before space.com alerted us that there would be an eclipse.
Yeah, that was
So-
probably...
I was talking to
it
you
was-
about this
it
a
was
year ago.
Fucking 25 years ago. 1,000 years ago, they knew this was going to happen, but definitely within the last year.
There's no way, Dan, you knew about it a year ago.
Check the tape.
I might.
I was promoting it to you guys. I was trying to get you stoked. Didn't work.
No. So yeah, we went,
Unbelievable.
We went skiing, and I'm glad y'all had a fun time with the eclipse. The videos were great about how it was dark for 3 minutes. That looked awesome. I was sad to see it.
You're going to hell.
Y'all had fun, and I had fun. What's wrong with this situation? Anyway, went skiing in Colorado. My wife's family they gifted her a timeshare.
Oh, little South Park type.
Kind of, a little bit, but
Did you have a bad time?
no. So we
Gonna have a bad time.
our timeshare is in Avon, which is about 2 hours west of Denver, and the vacation hack that we explored this time was taking the grandparents,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and that's a lifesaver.
That trip that we went on recently to New Mexico, pretty much everybody had parents there, except us.
Okay, yeah, we've done that. We did that for our... And it works out well because we don't live near our grandparents.
Yeah.
Or the kids' grandparents, because we met them in Florida.
So they're
Remember that a few years ago? I don't know.
yeah.
It was quite some
I think
time
it's
ago.
Probably when you went to go see the Leprechaun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the grandparents came, so I could just leave. I could do whatever,
Yeah.
and the grandparents are happy, like, oh, I get to spend all this time with my granddaughters. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm doing this. For you.
Yeah.
I'm leaving for you.
So it kind of works out for both. Because my wife and I really enjoy skiing, but there was no way that we could take Brooks and ski. And so my dad skied for the first time since I've been born. He had been away a long time, and then my mom just watched Brooks. One day at the ski resort and another just back in the timeshare. And it worked out perfectly. All flew out there and got the rental car, got driving up in the mountains. And then they would just have these spotty snowstorms just randomly. Like you'll go up into the mountain and you'll drive through like this little mini blizzard, and then you'll drive down a little bit and it'll be clear. And then you go back up in the mountain and it's driving through another blizzard. And so driving up in the mountains through ice and snow was pretty troubling, just because I'm not used to it. But made it through. I think we should probably pay our ice road truckers a little more, because that seems pretty crazy what they have to do. Because they were having to chain up their tires just to get through it, and they're like runaway truck ramps, which seem insane. Like if you just lose
Wonder
your
what
brakes.
the fatality rate situation is there.
I don't know, man. Anytime, even when we were
I
driving.
mean, enough to where they made a reality show about it.
Yeah. But I felt for them, man. It was like just going way steep grades up and down
Yeah.
seemed problematic for them. But they
You
have
ever put chains on?
No.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah, but I've always seen it.
It's a tremendous beating.
It looked like
Just
it.
to get it put on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to like either roll into them or back into them and hope you have it all.
So you've done it.
I've seen it done.
Okay.
Multiple times.
No, I mean, I've been stuck in the snow plenty of times.
Yeah.
But never really. I guess our big snows would at least dissipate enough after a few days. I think if you lived in Buffalo or something, you probably would.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
That's deep snow.
So you drove you back and forth the whole way?
Yeah, I think we put 600 miles on that rental car, because where we stayed is about 45 minutes from the mountain that we skied at, and so every day it was 45 minutes back and forth. And then on Sunday we drove to Aspen, just because I wanted to see it.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, and I'd been there once before, but I wanted to show my parents. But there's a restaurant there called Poppycock's that is really good, that Jerry Jones frequents.
Mm-hmm.
Who a couple years ago when we went, I had a Cowboys shirt on or whatever, and the owner came up to me and said, "Hey, Jerry Jones's table is right back here," and they're known for their oatmeal pancakes, where it's like a pancake, but on the inside is basically oatmeal. And it's fantastic.
Oatmeal pancakes.
Yeah. And so apparently Jerry Jones buys this mix and sends it to every player on the team every Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
He'll buy like 500 bags of mix and send it to everyone that works for the team, the players,
That's awesome.
Everything. And he has nothing but nice things to say about Jerry, like really down to earth. Gene always like circles the restaurant talking to people. I don't know,
that's what everybody says.
I know, but it's still cool to hear.
It is cool.
Everyone except his daughter that he won't acknowledge has said he's the greatest guy.
Dan, Aspen is like if they dropped, I don't even know if I would say Highland Park. It might be nicer than that, but like Highland Park next to a mountain.
Okay. It's real high-toned?
Oh yeah. We were very
But
out
it's
of
like
place.
right there. Like you got the mountain, you have this little like downtown, but it's like,
No, yeah, at the top they have this the lift, and then when you get off the lift, you can literally take your skis off, go downstairs, and you're in the town.
Yeah, and you're next to a Louis V store.
Yeah, window shopping was fun.
Yeah,
in Aspen. But then we skied for 3 days, got a little midweek pass, skied for like $200, which is great. This is why we go out of season. And I discovered
Eclipse be damned.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of Jake. I'm still trying to haul ass.
Yeah.
Because I think, Dan, you missed this, but when Jake skied, he basically admitted that he's just scared of getting hurt now.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's just not a big skier anymore. In fact, you said you'd never go back.
Right now, that still holds. It's going to be tough to move me off that spot. I'm really, really afraid of getting injured.
Man.
And
That's tough.
And Dan
Dan
gets up early.
Yeah, you have those kids and you soften up and you
know,
start looking at the whole future.
I honestly think I would be like this sans kids. I don't like getting hurt anymore. Like it sucks. It takes like a way, way longer for me to bounce back.
Yeah, but
I hate it.
I still like that feeling.
Like if I stub my toe now, I'm like, well, that's it for 3 months.
You're not quitting flag football, though.
I mean, I'll gut through that, but...
You even talked about retiring.
I have.
Yeah.
It's probably coming.
Was Blake here when you were talking about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that made me sad.
Yeah.
No, I still like that thrill.
Tearing ass, fresh
Just
pal.
Getting down and then maybe you have a few seconds of what am I going to do? I don't know. I like that still. I downloaded an app to track my speed.
Oh, my God.
Top speed of the weekend, 54.8.
That feels impressive.
It does.
I went to the very top of the mountain, and I just went straight down.
Just because you wanted to test the app?
Yeah, because I had the app running. I had my wife film it.
Can we show that video?
You can put that on Instagram. That is
Should
what
I put
should
that on
go.
Instagram?
That's what.
We should hire her.
We should.
That's what should go on the Instagram page.
I'll
No
put it-
link, just the video.
I'll put that on the Instagram today.
Can you glom it on like to the end of this show
Sure.
on the video?
Yeah, because we got Cakeland here. But yeah, that was cool. Special shout out to a restaurant at our timeshare. Faux 20.
Okay, that paid off.
Why?
That's good.
Well, just because a lot of restaurants will put like faux something, FAUX, in the title. But, it's Colorado, so 420. Oh, I don't want to hear it from you, guy who scheduled event on 420 at 420, who made our price to sub $6.90.
That wasn't just me.
Oh, wasn't it?
You're a big part of this.
Oh, yeah?
You're saying you were against that.
No, I think I was neutral. So all it takes is one person being
It takes
pro.
2 to 69, my friend.
Yeah, one of you is
That's
a
true.
6 and the other is a 9.
That's
right.
true.
And then if I have a minute, I'd like to give you my squared away for the spring list.
Okay.
These are
can do
things
this.
that you have done?
Things I've done in the last 2 weeks for my house to get my house ready for the summer. Okay? Now, half of this is just going to tell you what I've been doing. The other half is I would love suggestions
Okay.
for upkeep for your house. The first thing I did a couple weeks ago, get your sprinkler system checked.
What does that mean?
Make sure all of your heads are running the right way. Make sure
Do I have to
there are no
have somebody
leaks.
come out to do
You
that?
need to have
do.
someone. Yes,
It's going to cost you $100, $150.
Yeah, but it's worth it because you'll save that and more on your water bill this summer.
Oh,
right.
yeah, okay. It's
Make
an
sure it's
investment.
spaced the right way. The
Yep.
one now, because of a lawnmower, is now
Yep.
pointing out in the street.
Yep.
The one, there's a big hole there. Yeah, we have to do this too.
Yep. I had a leak in my
Okay.
my front water bed that we got fixed. I had 17 heads replaced through my front and backyard.
Although
This
they
is a
could-
scam.
they
all
could
the
be
check is
scamming you.
all
Yeah.
the check is
Because he's got a fairly new house. Don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, in a big backyard. So I
There's no way you should have 17 heads replaced.
how do you have 17 total?
that's, like I said, we have a big yard. But to describe my sprinkler system in one word now, efficient. And that's what you want.
What a dork.
Get your garage door lubed and tuned. Now, I hadn't
Never heard
had
of
this
that.
done since I moved in, but they say you need to service this about once a year and maybe every other year. So I got new rollers put in, and I had my system lubricated.
do I need to move
so now my
over?
garage door is quiet and, again, efficient.
Okay.
Get your AC unit checked. You need to have your coils cleaned. It needs to be running good for the summer. And, of course, that means
I've never done that.
changing your furnace filter.
Of course.
Ooh,
Now, I know
darn
Jake
it.
does that a lot. You're supposed to do that every 3 months. Maybe it extended out to 6.
Are you
Not
talking
every
about
3
the
years?
attic?
Both.
I do the attic and just the vents. I'm pretty good about that.
Okay.
Furnace filter though, I don't know what that
I think
even
that's the
means.
same thing.
Okay.
But yeah, got the AC unit. That's not Freon. It's called something else. But got the coolant levels
Blake's like
checked.
the dad I never had.
Yeah.
Just telling me all these man things.
You would
I
have
should
thought
be
after
doing.
3 shots.
And the guy just sprayed down the unit, cleaned the coils. I'm now good. The AC unit is running great. Another thing, get your air ducts cleaned.
What
'Cause
are you talking about?
Those can accumulate a lot of dust, a lot of pollen, a lot of things that affect your overall health. Now, I have not done that since I moved in 3 years ago. Got it cleaned out, and it looks a lot better.
Okay.
Flush your tankless water heater.
I actually have heard that. Yeah, because ours it started making a ton of noise.
Okay.
It actually sounded like an F1 pit crew every time I would run the washer.
What?
You have a tankless, huh?
Yeah. I have like the automatic hot water.
Always hot?
Yeah, tankless water heater.
Yeah.
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 Yep. So you're supposed to do this every year, and I had not done this in 3.
But yes, I have a buddy who's a plumber, and he was like, I asked him, I was like, dude, it literally sounds like I'm firing up a Harley Davidson every time we turn on hot water. He's like, you got to flush that. That's something that.
Don't you say, well, you got to flush that. You're
Yeah.
the
Exactly what I
plumber.
said.
Yeah, the guy that did mine said it was the worst he'd ever seen. So that made me feel good. And in fact, I have to do it again because now we have sediment in our hot water because of how bad it was. Jake, I think I've heard you talk about this. You need to have your dryer vent cleaned.
That is your dryer and actually your washer too. Like, I didn't even know this was there, but like if you pop off, this is a top loading washer. There's a thing on the bottom that you pop off, and there's like a little like pull out rubber spout. And I had to get like a little bowl and kind of like express it from there, and it was disgusting. It was black. You know, 'cause-
Hair and
disgusting, dude. Yeah, for sure, hair. And then we like cleaned out the ring,
yeah, it feels like I
the
don't
rubber
wanna,
ring.
I don't want to do that.
It's gross.
Can we just have Blake come over and do all this stuff for us?
Well, see, I don't do any of this, but this is just.
Oh, you're just saying you
just things
get
that I've
people to do it.
The washer and dryer should be cleaned more often than most people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like more than never?
You more than never. That's correct.
And then the final thing that I did when I got back that has made the biggest difference is I got my carpets cleaned.
Oh, dude. C'est magnifique. You can't beat it.
No. It feels incredible.
Yeah.
And in the kids' room, it just gotten like so stale and musty.
Because your house is pretty much all carpet.
No, only the
kitchen
rooms.
is not.
Only
yeah.
the rooms.
Okay.
The living area and the kitchen are hardwood, but yeah, got the carpets cleaned, and a good DF hooked me up.
Do you want
CVC cleaning. Yeah.
Okay.
Call Harold. He'll take care of you.
Call us.
But yeah, those are just a few things I've done as spring cleaning to my house, and I'm interested to see what other things I've missed.
The carpet cleaning is a big one. We don't have much carpet, but the rug cleaning. You know, we have a big, normal sized, I guess, big rug in the living room, and it kind of sucks because like 3 days later, somebody's already spilled milk on it and rubbed applesauce in it and probably pissed on it.
See, that's when my kids were your kids' age, I just figured we'll clean this when they're, 18 or whatever.
16 years from now, yeah. But it's nice every now and then to get it done. I think one thing would be like if you have a house cleaner that comes every 2 or 3 weeks, it's cool. But you need to occasionally call in like an airstrike.
Yeah.
And get somebody that you pay $300-$400 to clean your whole house.
I feel like every spring, Blake. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Blake is saying now is the time.
Yeah. Now is the time.
Like baseboards, your ceiling fans. You ever looked at your ceiling fans?
Disgusting. Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
Especially when you flip them in the winter.
Ugh.
And all the dust on the top then just falls on your bed.
Horrible.
Wait, when you flip them.
You're supposed to flip the rotation of your ceiling fans based on the weather.
Yeah, which is
I have heard of that, but I don't know which way is the right way to start.
Well,
I think you run counterclockwise in the summer because that pushes the because of the way the blades are angled, it'll create
either pushing
cool
it
air
down or pulling the air up.
Well, I can tell you right now in the Wren house, they're not all on the same page. Like our living room, you turn the fan on.
Some are going one way.
You turn the fan on, it does nothing as far as cooling it off. So I'm like, dude, do I have to?
It's just a little switch on the top.
Didn't see a switch.
Yeah,
didn't look that hard either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much that does, but yeah, I always flip the fans.
So hit up old Blake.
Blake's tips.
Gutters.
Cleaning your gutters out?
I think you should do that twice a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll add that.
Well, it depends on your tree sitch, but
I'll add that to my list.
What about smoke alarm batteries?
Yeah, that's another
I'm
good
down
one.
on that right now.
Like all these things you're supposed to remember. How are we supposed to remember all these things?
For a while,
You make a list.
I had a spreadsheet.
I just started mine.
And
like
then
everything.
date it?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Kind of like a closing. You're closing at the restaurant. You got to check everything off as you go through it all.
Yeah, bathrooms, yeah. But then I had kids and
Have you done, there's a dishwasher filter similar to the washing machine.
Was it
Really?
gross?
It's gross.
Ugh.
Dishwasher filter.
Yeah.
Especially the way my wife will put stuff in the dishwasher.
Blake's typing
So
now.
when
I
you
got
do
it
your
down.
washing machine, do your dishwasher.
Because I
Okay,
basically
bundle.
clean the dishes before I put them in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
But she'll just put she'll put a bowl of spaghetti still full in there and just,
Yeah.
what? It's a dishwasher.
Yeah.
That's how she talks.
Yeah, spot the lie.
Yeah, and
Is
it's
that your bit?
No, but I figured that's something they would say.
that's like you and I have been talking, like you'll ask me like, hey, how's the rent house or whatever. I'm like, it's not that, it's a nice house. It's in a nice neighborhood. It's stuff like that. The quality of the dishwasher,
It's crappy.
it's ass. complete ass. Like it holds like half as much and it doesn't really get things clean. Doesn't have a dry function.
What?
No.
So you got to wait
2.5 hours, yeah.
for it to just drip dry.
The sort of things that bother you and I.
Yeah, the little things in life are important.
Yeah.
That's what I've found. All right, well, thanks, Blake.
Thanks, Michael.
And hey, welcome back, Blake.
Hey, thanks, guys.
From the wonderful world of sports, Radio Sports Scoreboard.
So the Mavs playoffs are set next Sunday. Not 420.
Thank you.
So we were concerned at 420 we'd have a Mavs game.
Yeah, I was quite worried.
No real controversy, but they sat everybody these last two games.
Yeah, and I mean Oklahoma City couldn't. They probably could have, but
they had an opportunity. You know, had they won one or two of those games, they might have got full home court.
It's not worth it.
But you do wonder, is it worth it? And then would the Clippers have played harder if they thought they were going to lose home court? Because they also, were sitting people.
Yeah.
Although I guess Kawhi was going to sit no matter what, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he's kind of still questionable.
You never know.
The whole play-in is weird. The fact that you have a whole week until the playoffs start is very weird.
I'll take it.
But I guess, all the teams are going to be going through the same thing. So, get some rest.
Yeah, and that's wild, dude, because I think it was Nick from Locked On say this is the first time that there have been, in the West, 10 teams, 10 games over 500.
Oh, wow.
Like, look at the play-in. It's the Lakers and Pelicans and the Warriors and the Kings.
Yeah.
Like, all four of those are legitimate playoff teams. Even though the Kings are in a tailspin, the Warriors are old, the Lakers are old, the Pelicans are young, but that's 47, 49, 46, and 46 wins.
And then
that's the play-in.
You got Atlanta's like 10 games under 500, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the way the NBA operates on conferences, but
it's been decades since I remember the East being the better conference.
There was a time, I don't know about better, but I think they were equal a couple years ago when you had, and you can help me, Blake, but Toronto, Boston, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, like in 1 year, were all really good.
Yeah, recently.
Like 3 years ago.
Okay, that was a pretty small window then.
It was very small.
But because Dirk's whole career, it was like the West.
Yeah, it was like the Cowboys and 49ers.
And I guess Durant, LeBron, all the defections, the people who have gone west, Kyrie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harden.
Yeah, so they got a week.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be great, man.
I
think they're actually Vegas dogs right now, which I was kind of surprised by. Like, they are the 5 playing a 4, but if you just look at the last month and a half.
Yeah, the run they've been on. I guess that'll be interesting if momentum indeed exists in any way. Like,
it doesn't.
Does it matter?
For the playoffs, it doesn't.
16-2 heading in, or
it matters for bettors sometimes, but this is not your. I was going to say your dad's Clippers. Your dad's Clippers were owned by a racist slumlord, but they don't have what they had a couple years ago in those 2 playoff matchups, the bubble and then the year after. They don't have that anymore. They don't have
Harden.
Yeah, and they got Westbrook. Westbrook's been giving them good minutes.
Man, just think about if you would have ever thought those 4 would be on a team together.
Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden, and Westbrook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the 2 villains that we hated from a few years ago, Montrezl Harrell and Markieff Morris.
No, and they don't have Batum, who would check the hell out of Brunson or Luka. Luka would kind of body him, but
I liked Iztok had a tweet, said, appreciate the Mavs doing the final push for Luka's MVP campaign.
By not playing.
That's supercharging his on-off stats.
Yeah.
Because they just got rolled yesterday, and they got beat Friday, was it? And
Friday wasn't bad. Yesterday, I barely paid attention.
That is a Luka, that's another storyline.
Yeah.
Do you find that during the playoffs, the MVP?
Yeah.
Because Dirk got his before
being eliminated.
Or right after he was eliminated.
I think, though, it'll be this week.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
Didn't they do Dirk's banner? The series that we lost to the. Oh no, that.
I'm talking about when he won the MVP. Yeah, that was the series that he lost
Yeah.
But that was the
against Golden State, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The 2007.
Donnie Nelson.
When will we find out game time?
I don't know. Let's look at Sunday right now and see if they've already decided any of them. I don't think they have.
But they'll be the late game.
You would think, because it's LA. Because the Thunder are hosting, the Bucks are hosting, and the Celtics are hosting. They'll be the late game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Golf?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I watched a decent amount of it. It's just on in the background, you know?
Dan, you didn't win your big money.
I don't think I won.
No.
See, now Tiger had
Started out super positive.
He had the most points of anyone, though, as I looked at the end.
No, that's not how that works, though. You want to go down.
Oh.
So
he was like plus 16 points. Everybody else was like minus stuff.
No, because you're thinking of Stableford scoring
Oh, okay.
or something. He did birdie 1 on Thursday.
He made the cut.
Yeah.
He made the cut, and I think that's a record, right? 24 straight?
Yeah,
Masters record?
I called Dan on Friday afternoon. He was like, he's in it.
He's in it.
So remind me, did you bet on him to win?
Oh, yeah.
Win the whole tournament?
What do you think?
It was like plus, what was it?
I would have bought this house had I won.
It was a stupid number.
You would have won 9,400, right?
Was that it? Yeah, it was plus 94.
I think that's about what this place is worth.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
9,400.
Yeah, 9,400 OBO.
Yeah. Take it or leave it.
It was really hard to watch him on the weekend.
Look, man, just that he's out there and he's healthy.
I know
that's
he's
all
not
I'm happy
healthy,
about.
but
just that he gets to spend some time with his son.
Okay.
All right.
They made a big deal out of that. Yeah.
Well, the big thing that came from Tiger is just who he played with on Sunday. He played with some amateur kid.
Yeah.
Have you seen this guy?
Neil
Shipley?
Yeah.
Is it the Ohio State or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a weird guy.
He does seem weird.
And I don't know what this is from, but his picture is all over social media because he's like looking weirdly like offset.
It's from Butler's Cabin. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what he's looking at, but he was asked in his I don't know, post game, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
About playing with Tiger. And this was kind of an awkward moment. I left the first question in because he's just asked about playing with Tiger, which is cool. And then I think Dan will like that Tiger's still somewhat in it competitively. But then there was a really strange moment after that.
Neil, when Tiger was struggling today, did you find yourself rooting for him? And did you at all wish that you caught him at his best in his prime?
I don't think anyone wants to catch Tiger at his best. No one's going to win if he's playing his best. But certainly rooting for him and rooting for good golf shots. And he's awesome. So wishing him nothing but the best. I really appreciate all the work that he does to keep his body ready to come out here. He told me that he woke up at like 3:45 this morning just to get ready for the day, which is I got about 3 hours more sleep than him by that. So he's really grinding and making a big commitment to be out here for everyone. So it's been awesome to see the patrons, really appreciative of him and really enjoy having him out here.
Okay, up at 3:45, he still got it in him, Dan.
Okay.
He could win.
So
soon.
before we get to the second part, I wanted to say I thought it was really silly how crazy people went over that idea. He teed off at 8:45. Like, what time do you think an NFL player who plays at noon gets up? It's before 7. And not, if it's later, it's not by much. Getting up 5 hours before you have to be on the tee, that's just normal.
Why are you taking this from us?
I just think it's silly that, like, this kid's like 5 hours before. Crazy. Okay, well, I mean, what time? I don't know. I saw a lot of people, and even like there's some golf guy from CBS that I think the Hardlines had on before, and it was his tweet that got me mad. He was like, dude, Still got it. Incredible fire.
That's right, man.
I'm like, what time do you think they get up?
I'm with you.
He actually doesn't still got it because he has to wake up to have that many hours just
Yeah,
to
to
get
move his body.
moving. That's what he says, is it takes him that long.
I got it. So an hour to get to the bathroom.
All right, then second part.
I saw on one fairway, on a fairway, he wrote something and handed you a note. What was that about? Did you?
No, he didn't.
Oh, I thought he wrote something and handed you a piece of paper.
No, that didn't happen.
Okay.
Neil, thank you for your time. Good luck. Congratulations on a
What a weird moment.
Super weird. And I haven't been able to figure out if there's video of this. I don't think there was. Because if it's not captured by a broadcast camera, it's not captured.
Yeah.
Nobody has phones.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere else it would be.
Yeah, for sure. But it was weird. Like, he looked at one of the officials
Uh-huh.
and was kind of like, what are they asking me about? Like, he looked off camera to one of the green jackets. He was like, that didn't happen. I was like, what he's like, slides over, he's like, Israel's going to retaliate.
Wasn't there something a while back where
what could he possibly have to
Tiger
say?
handed like some kind of joking, he handed a tampon to somebody, right?
Yes, because he outdrove him.
Yeah.
So he definitely handed him something.
Yeah.
Like some little joke or something.
How did Tiger have a tampon on him? Like he planned
For bits.
He planned the joke. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to rehab my image.
That's an hour of his morning before the tea time is planning jokes.
Is finding tampons.
Yeah. It is funny. I saw for sure Brooks and one other golfer, there were video of them. This is the new wave now, where they walk up to their caddy. It wasn't like mid-round. It was during like warm-ups or whatever, practice shots. And they're just like, hit me. And the caddy knows to go right for the Zins.
So Zin is an acceptable chewing tobacco, basically.
You, for some reason, cannot get off this idea of chewing tobacco.
Well, yeah,
even though I've tried to explain it to you 1,000 times.
But it's nicotine, and that's really why people do chewing tobacco, right?
I think some people actually do like, yes, for sure. But I think some people do like the flavor of tobacco.
Okay. I don't mind it.
The taste of it.
Yeah.
I hate it. But I think some people do like it.
I just think it's certainly dirty.
Yeah.
To have brown spit everywhere.
Zin is just it's like a piece of gum.
Do you spit?
You don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you see the Bryson controversy?
Mm-mm.
So it was a big story Thursday going into Friday whenever he was killing it, but he had a new set of 3D printed irons in his bag.
Oh, okay. I did see something about that.
That were approved by USGA on Tuesday.
Yeah, that week.
Yeah. So this got people all, hot and bothered over the rules. But as much as I think that guy's kind of a tool, that's awesome.
That he's never really used them anywhere?
No, I just mean like you put in your time, your money, your R&D. Like you tested them out. Like if everybody else is like, I'm just going to play with the clubs I had, that's your fault. It's not football where like everybody has to play with the Duke. You get to choose your clubs. And your ball, for that matter. Tiger used to do this all the time.
I'm still confused by 3D printing.
Yeah, I am too.
What do you mean?
Like, do you have a club that you print? You just make a copy of it?
No.
Okay.
It's like a CAD file, right? Does Michael, you have any? No? Anybody? Caroline?
Just how you get something 3D. Like I remember people were making 3D printed guns.
Oh, yeah. That's big.
It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, I understand that.
I mean, it's essentially...
I'm just more of a 2D guy.
Yeah.
I always have been.
I was going to go 4 for you.
Yeah, 2D. 2 dimensions.
We should go watch one.
2 dimensions
so
are
you
my
can see
favorite.
what it looks like. You've never seen one?
My favorite way to get something printed is 2.
2D, yeah. Dan here for 2-dimensional printing.
Yeah. No, I'd like to go see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. I haven't seen a gun or a golf club, but I've seen like small like models of houses.
Okay, I'd love to see that. Yeah,
You just you put the file, you design it on the computer,
man,
and then it
computers
just like
can
it
do
just
so
basically
much.
just like fabricates it for you.
What can computers not do?
That's a great question. What else did I have golf-wise?
It's like it's your calculator.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. This is one that I found kind of by accident the other day, and I don't even know these people's names, but the way the Masters works, confusingly to me still, is it doesn't start until 2 on CBS and then 1 on Sunday.
Well,
I ask this question every year.
Somehow their thing is like limiting access. It makes it more it's golden once you get
exclusive and scarcity of. I mean, and that's their whole bit totally.
And they don't care about money. They don't care about whatever.
They want you to go to their app. Every shot's on their app.
The app is great. The app is actually great.
That the Masters owns
the
itself.
Masters
Okay.
app.
Yeah, it's the best sports app out there.
I mean,
Like,
they do care about money because they make more of it than anyone.
Yeah, but like the fact that they don't sell their merch anywhere but there.
Yeah.
If you want to watch it, go to the Masters app. But in the morning, they run something called Live from the Masters on Golf Channel. And they don't really show any live shots, ironically. But I was looking for a piece of audio and then randomly heard this. Just because I just have Live from the Masters on Saturday morning at 9:30.
Sure.
Well, on top of the fact, I mean, in talking to Bryson about the physical changes, like he had to train. Like he had to put in the time to get the muscles. Excuse me. To get.
Yeah, Bryson DeChambeau continuing his warm-up as he goes through the entire bag, got past the driver.
Okay, so
What are they laughing at?
Well, this guy he has a very Jimmy Christopher only on Inside Edition.
Oh, okay.
But I just randomly heard this guy, he gets super choked up and then he starts kind of trying to laugh through it.
Well, on top of the fact, I mean, in talking to Bryson about the physical changes, like he had to train. Like he had to put in the time.
You can hear it right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he had to put in the time to get the muscles. Excuse me. To get.
Yeah, Bryson DeChambeau continuing his
That's
warm-up.
Parker's
As he
gonna-
goes through the entire bag, got past the driver.
Bryson DeChambeau, blah, 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 blah,
Get
blah.
back to
Yeah.
Smash here.
I thought that was great.
What's the deal with Scheffler?
Yeah.
I thought his wife was going to be in labor because it was a big thing like Saturday or Friday, right?
I think she's like 2 weeks out.
Yeah, I think she's like 3 weeks. But
Yeah.
she wasn't there, and that's.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
I thought they were alleging that they're having this baby Sunday no matter what.
They
No.
were for the drama because they got the quote they wanted.
Yeah, that he's like,
That he'd
I'll leave
leave.
no matter what.
Yeah.
He was leading going into Sunday.
Okay, so
So
that
they
might
asked
have been a
him
lie. We'll never really know.
Yeah, I suppose, but I mean,
I would have if I was her. I'm calling the bluff. I'm inducing labor.
unbeknownst to him.
Yeah, let's just see. We got enough money, right? You're
To
professing
induce
your
it?
love to me. No, we have enough money that
You don't have to win.
if you don't win
Yeah.
this, life will go on and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of thinking that was a big storyline. I didn't realize it was 3 weeks out. I thought she was right up against it. Well, the 3 weeks is kind of up against it.
It's pretty up against it.
Yeah.
Dan's anti-woman and anti-pregnancy.
No, I just used to. Well, I'm anti-women who are pregnant. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Who wants that?
Not even them.
Yeah, I just remember the old days of that was a big sports talk thing.
Oh,
When
yeah.
Phil versus Tiger, because Phil said he would leave if his wife
Yeah, and we've done this multiple
had
times.
a baby, and I was just like, that sucks. That was before I had kids, I think.
Of course.
And because like at the time it was like Tiger would never do that.
So 2 things about that.
That's why you're
the
no
first one
Tiger.
is we've done this before, and every time I bring up I think Phil bailed on a U.S. Open for his daughter's graduation.
He did, and I think it was high school.
It was high school, yeah.
My God, I was looking for everything I could to get out of that.
Yeah.
And just tell my daughter, look, we had to record a podcast.
Sorry, hon, I'm in the U.S. Open.
You know, yeah. There's no way. That was one of the worst times ever.
And the second thing is, and I'm guilty of this myself. We probably all are, but it's so funny. I even heard Scotty say it. Like, you only get to have your first kid once. That your second kid, you're like, I don't know, fucking leave it in a dumpster. Like, I'll be there. I'll pick it up.
Right,
like,
it'll be fine.
Call me when it's time. It shouldn't be any less special. It's still the creation of life.
That's when America was great. If you want to make it great again.
We go smoke a cigar in the waiting room.
Yeah, no, guys would be asked to golf. Like, go golfing because you have
Take
no
your mind
room in
off
here.
this, yeah. No, I mean, I think it's cool to be there. It's crazy how we collectively are like, your second kid, I mean,
right.
It's like your second marriage. Like, nobody's coming to that wedding.
But the second kid does get a lot of good things because you mess up a lot of things with that first
The
kid.
best thing they get is that they have parents who have learned how to parent.
They get that a little bit. Now they got to wear old clothes.
You know what, though?
Our kids, that was Eden always just wore it. The same exact things.
Well, so you had a different situation because they were closer in age and they were both female.
They both identified as female.
I think there needs to be like a documentary made, almost like I don't know what the Traveling Pants movie is about. Sisterhood of Travel. But like,
sounds like something about ladies.
The amount of like the trade of kid clothes is insane.
No, I think Ava wore a lot of things that belonged to somebody else.
And then we give it to somebody else.
But
like, I have so much of
at least
KJ's
all the photos of our
kids,
kids, you will see the exact same thing
yeah.
at the exact same age that they're wearing. And I think kid number 2 has a bit of a problem with that. But
all right,
I don't really care.
I'm going to play this real quick. I didn't pull it. Let's see. This is, by the way, this is Zach Johnson on Saturday. Misses a putt.
That tap in for triple bogey at the 12th.
What did he say? F off?
I'll try it again. Yeah, triple bogey. They get the
tap in for triple bogey at the 12th.
We've all been there.
Who's he saying it to?
The crowd?
The gallery,
because they're giving him a
little jeer.
A little sarcastic cheer for a triple bogey.
Yeah. Oh, fuck up.
Yeah, I love him.
I could not get a clean copy of this because it was Thursday.
Didn't Jordan Spieth have a real terrible hole, too?
Yes. That was early, though, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, he didn't
Friday?
make the cut, did he?
Yeah, I think it was Friday.
He didn't have what Tiger had.
This is, well, let's see here.
If you would have gotten up earlier.
That's right.
He's have to wake
rolled
up.
out of bed. What time you fire out of bed?
Hold on.
Tiger had a really good weekend for memes.
He did. The tree is awesome.
Yeah, Dan, have you seen him handshaking a tree?
Yeah.
It's Vern Lundquist.
It still looks hilarious.
Yeah, Vern's hiding behind the tree.
And then the other one is he's just prototypical dad with Charlie as Charlie's trying to teach him how to swing a golf club.
Do you guys remember this?
Tiger's rehabbed that image.
He really has.
1 million. All you have to do is get in a life-threatening car accident.
You know what's weird? I was surprised to see him on that ad this weekend. It's like golfballs.com.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a Bridgestone thing. And you know how it is, just like your wife like pointing out the third body problem doctor is too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, my wife sees Tiger and she goes, too much filler.
I've noticed that third body problem thing is we're
prevalent,
not the only ones
yeah.
saying that.
But I mean, Tiger's face does look, and I was like, well, the thing is
that he's got Botox and stuff.
Big time. But it's like, I'm like,
he's puffy.
You learned about him when he was 20. So you've watched him, like, that's a unfair, judgment to make. Like, he's old and he can't, I've heard him say that he can't really even work out. Like his back and his knees are so jacked up that it's very hard for him to stay in normal physical shape.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember this?
3rd and 9. Pump fake. Eli throwing it down the field. Is there a flag? No, there isn't.
Yeah, I didn't see much there either. And
Giant bench had everyone with their arms up in the air as Russell.
Okay, so here's one from
when Jim Nance said giant bitch.
Yeah.
He knows it. He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up. DeChambeau.
He didn't correct himself on that one.
He did not. I don't think he knew he
a ticklish little bitch.
Yeah. It's coming up.
He knows it. He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
That's a bitch of a hole.
DeChambeau.
I can honestly say I've never described somebody as a ticklish little bitch.
Until now.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to play for now. But yeah. DeChambeau.
That's good stuff.
The Dumb Zone. I'm here to announce that we're making an association. And what I certainly would tell you, I believe, is a huge, huge look-see into the future of how things are going to be in this country, especially in transactions, currency, in that particular area.
See how you monetize, and how you do that is what you do is apologize. I apologize. I'm kind of nervous,
Blockchain.com, named after the very essence of what it is to begin with.
Well, it can be an NFT of anything. Like I said, it can be whatever you like. Like, for example, it can be memorabilia. You could tie memorabilia to NFTs. I'm just giving you small examples of, how big this could be, and yeah.
Am I going to buy my cryptocurrency through blockchain.com? You bet I am. And I want to encourage millions and millions of people to do the same thing.
And, like I said, I'm kind of nervous. I feel like I'm put on spot, but yeah.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone. 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 The Dumb Zone.
I have to say this, Caroline.
Do your bid.
What's my bid?
No puppet, 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 no puppet,
Is this my bit?
Oh, a smooth fade.
No puppet.
I appreciate that.
Man.
I have to say this to Caroline as well. Beautiful house.
Oh, my God.
But clean.
Clean.
I can't find it. I'm looking for a speck of dust.
I don't think they have
I wore my white gloves.
You don't have pets, do you?
No pets.
That's
Hardcore no pets. And
you're anti-pet?
We are both anti-pet.
Oh, okay. Kids complain about that?
Yes.
That's a bold stance to take.
And then once you're like, hey, when you're old enough and you own your own house.
They are dog-loving little girls. So.
Okay. It's odd that you've never given in on that. You
No.
must really hate pets.
I don't like to say the word hate in case anyone's listening, but I strongly dislike
because society looks down upon people.
Oh, 100%.
If you say I'm not a dog
My
person.
sister and I have this conversation. My brother-in-law actually this weekend said to us, y'all are so perfect for each other. How did two people like you find each other?
A lot of times you have to say you have allergies.
Yes.
Yeah.
My wife lied about that.
Whether it's being checked or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a match.
And then you're like, well, these dogs don't shed. You can't, even if you're allergic. The toy poodle is great.
And no cats either. Can't believe you turned to a cat person.
I'm full on cat person now. I don't want just any
Who would have ever thought?
Rat off the street type cat, but give me a luxury cat.
Gotta be a 4 figs. Gotta be a 4 figs cat.
I'm in. I'm 100% in.
So before we get to the news, I did want to play you this audio that I had from last week that we never got to. And maybe Caroline being here is a good thing, because the only reason I found out about this is because of a lady. The lady in my house who lives rent-free. It is my wife. And this is the only time I will ever see anything. All she watches, I think, is the Today Show. She loves the Today Show. Today Show? Are you in?
I'm a P1.
So you don't do the
DF.
Today Show?
No.
Okay, so you're not aware of this. But I'm like, this is what millions of people are watching this we have.
Is this the one that Strahan is on?
No.
No? Well,
NBC,
you knew, so obviously something.
It's Hoda and
Jenna.
Hoda and Jenna do the final hour, I believe.
Jenna
But
Bush?
Hoda, yeah.
Huh.
She was just the best qualified for anyone in America.
Right. So was he.
I can't remember her little buddy's name. Oh, we'll hear it.
Thank you, Michael. That was better than I got for that.
This is last week.
He plugs on.
This is last Tuesday, actually, how they opened the Today Show.
Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We're still kind of glowing after that breathtaking eclipse.
We are. It's a special moment, and it united the country. It's April 9th. This is Today.
So
it's a special moment. First of all, she sounds like she had a late night. I know what that sounds like, and it sounds like that.
Yeah, I like her. Oh, I like her. Anyway, we go now to special moment that united the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. But that wasn't the only thing that happened yesterday. So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Well, good morning. So good to see you. We're so happy you're joining us on this Tuesday morning. Can you imagine waking up and being over there at UConn?
Oh, my gosh.
Come on.
It is, I mean, 2 in a row, 75-60 over Purdue. UConn, much like the moon, blocking the sun. Total eclipse
I knew you were
of
gonna
the
get
other
in
team.
there.
I had to kind of do a segue, right?
Well,
and Coach Hurley will join us in just a little bit.
He is a trip.
He's
It'll be fun
funny.
to talk to him. But we are going to start with what everybody is still talking about, that amazing solar eclipse.
Look, it was awesome. This is how it played out.
What a mess.
So,
and
I know you love news people talking sports that they have no idea about.
Well, using sports analogies, yeah.
Yeah.
And then if we can mix that in as well. Then
Here. Do you want a quick, can I play a quick Hoda?
UConn blocked the sun?
This is Hoda from the Sugar Bowl a couple years ago when Texas played Georgia.
Things got a little heated during a meeting of the mascots ahead of Tuesday's Sugar Bowl game in New Orleans. At a pregame photo op, the Texas Longhorns mascot Beefy suddenly broke through some barriers and charged.
Beefy.
Old Beefy.
It should be called that.
Yeah, you're right.
Bevo doesn't make any sense.
No, Beefy would be better.
It is.
But
Beefy 7.
hold on real quick. I just
It's
love
walking beef.
the way that she started was, can you imagine waking up over at UConn?
Can you imagine that?
He's like, oh, well, yeah, they won. I don't know.
And especially they can imagine they win them. This is a very common thing over at UConn, actually.
Relate the stats.
And then when they give the score, it's just so precise. It just it never
75-60.
Right. Tiger had 16 points. Okay, we just continue to talk about the eclipse.
It's the moment that left millions of Americans in total awe.
Look at this! Whoa! Yeah! Is this exciting?
Yes, this is so incredible!
It's amazing!
From Texas to Maine, a once-in-a-lifetime experience and a collective pause to take in one of nature's greatest phenomena.
You know, Tom, you and I cover a lot of difficult things to report sometimes, but this is magical.
No kid is dead here.
I think it's a moment in which all of us feel connected to each other as members of the human family, but also to the galaxy.
Okay. The whole galaxy.
This is bringing the galaxy together.
Sure.
And then, let's we'll just continue to talk about the true meaning of eclipse.
You know what else was nice? We are so divided in this country. There was no talk of politics yesterday, no social wars. This was all of us coming together and taking in this collective moment for all of us and living our humanity. It was phenomenal.
Jeez.
Living our humanity.
Yes.
It's so ribby.
All of us together.
Living your humanity.
Living our humanity. This is what we need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
and Ted Lasso.
Sure. You're good to go.
But let's finish our thought there, Guy.
For all of us and living our humanity. It was phenomenal. By the way, we're not going to have another total eclipse in this country until 2044. It's coming back to Indianapolis in 2153. So I've already booked my hotel room because I know you guys are going to be wanting me here in 2053.
Yeah, and you told us what your ticket cost to get out there, so better get early. Tom, was it...
I just love banter, the small talk.
Oh, yeah.
They're all the hosts who each make what, $14 million a year, $18 million a year, whatever. Somehow, though, I mean, the big man does it. Somehow has to relate to everybody to, hey, we're just like you.
Yeah,
we're just like all of you, and so they try to have their little banter, like they worry about the ticket cost. That guy wasn't worried about his ticket cost.
No, because GE Universal paid for it,
right,
or whatever they're owned by. But yeah,
yes,
we also saw the ball game last night.
We speak to the heartland.
That's what they have to do,
right?
Yeah, it's very annoying. I think I've told you before, even though I think you have found the one that Nate Burleson is not on, which is CBS, and Michael Strahan is not on. But it's so weird to me. I feel like we could probably do a montage of this. Like, if you watch those shows, they will go, you think local news has weird transitions. They'll go to Nate Burleson being like, this situation in the Middle East is dire. And then he's like, and now the star of High School Musical. And then after that, it's like a tostada recipe where they have like some celebrity chef out there and they're like, I prefer to put this on the shrimp.
So they prove that you can be all things to all people. See, I think this is why my wife watches it, because she feels like I am aware of the entire world. It's
that makes sense.
It's Joel McHale's The Soup
for world.
For world, yes. She's kind of aware that Israel's got some stuff going on. Ukraine.
Yeah.
You know, she could just give you surface level on everything. Not that I'm getting in deep on just anything in the world.
But also, here's a fun tomatillo salsa recipe.
Right.
And you're like, okay. Got it all.
She also wants to leave me for Willie Geist. I think that's his name.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day, right?
Yeah, she loves Willie Geist, man.
Who's the other one? Steve Zahn?
I can never live up to Willie Geist. Yes, she loves Steve Zahn.
Boy, I feel like Willie Geist is within your... That guy's not...
I'm not looking at Steve Zahn thinking that's a big...
I don't know. There's something dangerous about Steve Zahn.
Really?
You know what I mean? Would you agree?
Yes.
Willie Geist, I mean...
He's a missionary guy.
He definitely looks like a missionary guy.
Maybe that's why she's into him.
My sports
audio. I'm telling her to put on those leg braces for me.
Oh, dear.
I thought you were a mouth braces guy.
My sports audio... so I saw...
Caroline convinced me to change.
Don't let us shame you out of your kink.
No, I'm into leg braces now.
Let
me hear from you, ladies.
I do not want to be remembered this way.
Let me hear from you, ladies.
Why not both?
If you're limping around...
And in fact, it probably usually is both. If you think about it,
the big whole headgear thing, yeah.
People's Court. So you may have seen this video and heard this audio on Twitter, Instagram. Boban missing a free throw towards the end of a meaningless game last night, and I went and found the longer cut.
Was it the Clippers?
It was the Clippers, yeah.
Okay.
The Clippers were resting everybody. The Rockets are up 9 at this point. I think it's 104-95 with 4:44 to play, but neither team had anything to play for. Boban's at the line. He had missed the first one. And if you think back to an open that we had last week when Isaiah Thomas signed, we played the he said he just wanted a Frosty. Because there are giveaways at the end of every NBA game. The Mavericks have it for chicken. They used to do it for Jack in the Box tacos, but I believe they now do it for chicken. Missed free throws, end of a game, there's a giveaway.
It's got to be – oh, okay.
Missed 2.
So if you miss 2 in a row or something like that?
Yeah, well, you have to miss both of them in the same trip.
So within a certain time period on the clock.
Yeah, it's usually like under 5.
Okay. And everybody knows it every game.
People go insane.
Yeah.
Especially like the years that I was doing the Mavs games, they were not winning a lot.
So that was the only thing you had to look forward to.
And people would stick around for the Chick-fil-A thing.
Okay.
In our case, it was Chick-fil-A. So we'll just take it to this is the Clippers broadcast, too.
Boban Marjanovic right back at the line. He and Tobias Harris, it was built up that they were...
Tobias Harris on the Clippers. So, or was. Is now? Yeah. He's back there, right? Am I high? Yes.
Boban Marjanovic right back at the line. He and Tobias Harris, it was built up that they were friends. They were actually friends. They were good friends. They had a show called The Bobby and Toby Show that was a riot, but they were legit. It wasn't one of those we're teammates and we're seen together, this would be fun.
Like you've seen them on Cheez-It commercials and all sorts of stuff. Goldfish, that's what it is.
Bobby and Toby, good name though.
It is a good name. They are actually friends from their time in LA. And like when the Mavs play the 76ers, they'll do big bro hugs and stuff.
In the bubble, they were
popular. The bubble, for sure.
We're teammates and we're seen together, this would be fun. And Tobias Harris, one of the extremely nice gentlemen in the league as well. The ultimate home
just missed the first one.
Ready to rise. Now is your chance to be among the most energetic Clipper fans on the planet. Claim your place and join us in the wall at clippers.com/the wall.
Boban talking to the crowd next. If you miss 2 free throws in a row.
So at this point, Boban, after missing the first one, the crowd is on their feet. The remaining 5,000 people.
All right.
And Boban points up at the crowd and says, "I got you."
2 free throws in a row. And he told him, I'm making this. Look, that's what he said. No, I think he said he might have missed it so you can get the free burger.
I told you he's the nicest guy in the league. Boston for 3. It's good. We got a ball game here.
So, yeah, I don't know if it's Plumlee or somebody just immediately drills a corner 3 and like brings him back. Like, the game was definitely not over. Like after that 3, it's a 6-point game. You know.
Boban, man.
It's good. We got a ball game here. 4.5 to play in the game. How about it?
Free chicken and the 3-ball.
It doesn't get any better.
To bring this game within 2
doesn't.
possessions. And Boban told the crowd, I got you. I got you.
Holiday, the runner. The rebound goes to Tice. The crowd is alive. The Clippers are energized. Here we go. Moon in the corner to Plumlee. He puts up a 3. Oh, it's a wedgie. Wow.
The game.
I left that in there for you because, yeah, Plumlee 3 from the corner, right in the corner pocket.
That's
and
awesome.
You can hear the guy, "Oh, it's a wedgie."
Moon in the corner to Plumlee. He puts up a 3. Oh, it's a wedgie. Wow.
Very Gus
The
Johnson.
wedgie has
Be complete without an afternoon wedgie.
Oh man, that's been big since Ian Eagle.
Yeah.
Those are 2 guys trying to get through game 82.
Dude, and they're loving it, though.
Oh, my God.
This is an afternoon game against the Rockets.
Yeah, this sounds like
with
the best
nothing
time
on
ever.
the line.
It looked good until it didn't.
And Boban.
Yes. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Look at this, by the way.
Okay, so now what we have, first they show a replay of Boban looking at the crowd going, "You're welcome." But now because of the wedgie, we have a jump ball at center court between Boban and one of the Clippers guards.
Okay.
And they're like, "Look at this now."
What a mismatch.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Look at this, by the way.
I like this.
You can tell there's nothing on the line. Xavier Moon. He won the tip. Oh, my goodness. 105-100. Here comes Plumlee the other way. Into the paint. Rises. Not there. Rebound goes to Houston. How about that? There might not be anything on the line, but we've got drama here in downtown Los Angeles.
That's awesome.
So in a matter of 2 minutes, they had Boban missing free throws for chicken, a wedgie, and Boban getting out-jumped by someone a foot shorter than him. Oh, can you believe this?
It's like that and the Wembanyama 3-minute
oh my God
stretch against Denver the other night.
That was
the most exciting
like
3 minutes.
15 points and
17 points in 3 minutes of game clock. And they beat Denver.
Oh, I know.
By one.
That was a momentous occurrence.
How would they beat Denver?
Him?
Well, how come they have 20 wins all year?
Their team is absolute garbage. He's missed some time. But trust me.
And so what do we got? OKC is 1. Denver's the 3 seed?
Yeah. No, Denver actually ended up
Milwaukee,
2.
not Milwaukee.
Minnesota's 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How are Luka's MVP thought?
You're
no chance.
I'm sorry, bud.
No chance.
No.
I'm losing Tiger and Luka.
Yeah, the odds are like at plus 1,200 now.
Yeah, it's not good
for Luka.
Yeah. You want to buy back in?
It's good value.
It is.
They usually let you buy out. Like I bought out of my Micah bet early enough to get half my money back. But this is probably a bit late.
What's the point of, don't cash out now.
Nah. Gotta just hope. Hope and pray. That's really my answer to most things. News?
Sure.
Here's Jake with the
news.
Dumb
You good in Caroline? Is that all right?
So the big man.
Mm-hmm.
Trump himself was at a rally this weekend, and he decided that he would, because he was in where was he specifically?
I searched it. It was some real weird. Let me see if I can find.
I think it was,
some city in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it was in Pennsylvania, but he decided. And you know what? I was thinking about this weekend too, watching the Masters. And at some point this week, we'll have Ted Emmerich on, who was there and was sending me updates throughout the weekend. I think one of the more unstable looks is full suit and tie with baseball cap. It's just a really weird look. All the Masters guys have it. They may not have tie, but they have the green jacket, and then they have a Masters cap on. It's almost like it's. I would say it's like the reverse. You have your socks on, but you're naked. Because that's also, like, completely unstable.
Yeah, you don't like wardrobe cross-pollination.
I don't.
But you've done the socks naked thing, right?
I avoid it if I can.
I mean, sometimes.
Take your socks off. That's so easy.
It's cold.
But you already took everything else out.
The floor is cold, though. Let's see. Schenckelsville or Schneckville.
That's probably it.
Schneckville.
Yep. I think you got it.
Yeah, Schneckville.
So this audio went a little bit viral because this is the most I've ever heard him sound like Shane Gillis's impression of him.
Do you have mine?
What?
It's labeled super long.
Super long. Okay. Let's see.
I have it pulled up if you want it. But
yeah, go for it.
But the way he starts it. So yeah, he's in Schneckelberg or whatever, but you're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Like, so what does Chris Berman do when he's doing a thing in Pennsylvania?
Hit it all the way to Gettysburg.
Like, so he knows all the cities' names. And so, yeah, when you know how it is. If you're at a concert and somebody said, hey, Richland Hills, you'd be like, yeah, hell yeah, he knows my,
You ever been to one
exactly
where they got it wrong? I've seen that at least twice.
Because they're on the road and they don't know what city they're in.
60 date.
Like, hey, Cincinnati.
Yeah. I've heard, hey, Houston and San Antonio before.
Okay. Well, so that's what he's doing. We're playing, as he does, plays to the crowd. And that's going to lead us to the Gettysburg viral moment.
From Harrisburg to Pittsburgh, from Easton to Bethlehem, and from Johnstown to Allentown, we stand on the shoulders of American legends who poured out their blood, sweat, and tears for our rights and for our freedoms. And it's been a very rough period of time, I'll tell you what, for this country. It's never had. I don't think our country has ever been so low.
Well, there was a time when like half the country left.
There was a literal civil war.
Yeah.
There was
a pandemic,
race riots.
Yeah, there was a time when the president actually got his head blown off at a rally. Yeah, and people were pretty upset about it.
And then
I wasn't there, but
no,
that's what I've heard.
Never been so low, but we're going to change it.
Oh, did you mention I may have not been paying attention. Did you mention the time that those hooligans flew 2 planes into like our
it was pretty low time. I feel like that was pretty low, but
okay, sorry.
But we're going to change it. We're going to get numbers like nobody's ever seen. I think we're going to swamp them. And this isn't drain the swamp. We're going to swamp them. We're also going to drain the swamp. It's a double swamp. Pennsylvania's where our founding fathers declared American independence.
You have to stop it. That is awesome.
It's stream of consciousness.
Yeah, like he's like, well, I've used swamp over here. You know, like sometimes if you write an article or whatever, and you realize that you started 2 straight sentences with the word like but or however and you're like, oh, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But for him, he's like, no, it's just
two different ones.
It's just 2 different.
I'll work with this.
We're gonna swamp them and we're gonna drain the swamp because I already had that one on deck.
All the swamps.
And this isn't drain the swamp. We're going to swamp them. We're also going to drain the swamp.
Well, yeah, because
it's a double swamp. Pennsylvania's where our founding fathers declared American independence. So much history. I mean, you have so much history here. Just think of it. It's where the Army weathered its brutal winter. We're sort of weathering it right now, but I don't think.
I'm basically a troop
from
the Civil War.
It is funny when he'll do that too, like try to put himself in the same spot, and then that might it's rare that he'd ever backs off of anything. He's like, I mean, we're kind of pretty effing cold myself, but it's probably pretty bad when you had
trench foot.
Yeah, that was also not good. But look, my lifestyle is I'm accustomed to this lifestyle, and.
It's where the Army weathered its brutal winter. We're sort of weathering it right now, but I don't say. Theirs was much worse. It's where the Army weathered its brutal winter at Valley Forge, where General George Washington led his men on a daring mission across the Delaware, and where our Union was saved by the immortal heroes at Gettysburg. Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg, what an unbelievable... I mean, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg.
We're not quite done, but
the last 20 seconds is the thing that makes him so easy to
quintessential.
Yes, he just says the same thing.
I almost think he sounds more.
I saw Gettysburg, and I said, Gettysburg, it was beautiful, and people say that it's beautiful, and then Gettysburg, wow, it's awesome.
But also, as he's describing it as beautiful, then he has to kind of remember, there's tons of dead people lying there,
but I will give him somewhat of a pass on that.
Beautiful.
Because, I mean, there are people that would look at battle and say, there's something beautiful about that, from a human spirit standpoint, being willing to die for something or whatever. So that wasn't really the worst part of it. The worst part of it, I think, is actually coming, because right now we're on the Union side.
Right.
Right now he's extolling the greatness of the Union, the daring mission.
Do you think
George
he's real
Washington.
sure of what went down at Gettysburg?
I don't.
Yeah. But he knows he's heard of it.
Yeah.
A lot of we've heard of it a lot. They say it a lot.
We've heard of it a lot.
Allentown, that was pretty cool in that Billy Joel song, but I don't think it's as important to history as Gettysburg, so I'm going to focus on Gettysburg.
Creation of the suburbs, though.
The Battle of Gettysburg. What an unbelievable. I mean, it was so much and so interesting.
I feel like he's more of a James Austin Johnson. It almost sounds like his nose is stuffed up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like James Austin Johnson will have that affect.
More than I agree with you. The Shane part is just the wow.
Yeah. Like it'll be looking around, walking into a room, and
I saw this room.
Look
it's
at
a
this
big
lamp.
room, and then I said, "This is a big room and a lamp." Wow.
I mean, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch.
Wait, I want to keep going there.
Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch.
I love that.
To look and to watch at what?
Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch. And the statement of Robert E. Lee.
Okay, I thought he was going to say what he watches, but no.
I mean,
apparently
I'm sure
we
there's
just
a museum. I
look
would
and
imagine.
watch things.
Yeah, but I just go to look and watch.
Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch. And the statement of Robert E. Lee, who's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that? No longer in favor. Never fight uphill, me boys.
Okay, we're going to get more, but...
Yeah.
But yes, this is the whole. He knows like a nice part of his base. They're fired up about taking down statues and
renaming things.
They're kind of on board with Robert E. Lee.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But yes, this is where his grasp of history and how we're not real sure. But let me just send a nod to you. It's kind of like you used to do, or on terrestrial radio, you used to have to kind of send a little nod to. A fellow pot smoker or somebody who understood 420. You might just say 420. Hey, it's 420, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just like you're giving a nod to them without being real overt.
Sure.
And then people would see you at a remote. Hey, dude, you down, bruv? You know? Anyway, but yes, let's continue on, though, because we need to talk about
Robert E. Lee.
And it seems like she's sometimes not that big.
Have you noticed it?
People aren't into that.
Never fight uphill, me.
Oh wait, sorry. Let me back up.
And the statement of Robert E. Lee, who's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that? No longer in favor. Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill. They were fighting uphill. He said, "Wow, that was a big mistake." He lost his great general. And they were fighting. Never fight uphill, me boys, but it was too late.
What is he imitating there? Is that the rally cry of Robert E. Lee?
Yeah, I mean,
afterwards, like because they were fighting up a hill. That seems to make sense. I guess I don't want to fight up a hill. I'd rather be on top of the hill.
Figure of speech, like you're fighting an uphill
But he
battle?
kind of said it a couple times as if he's just recently heard it. Like, never fight. And he said, "Me boys." Like he's a seafaring captain.
Arg. Never fight uphill for me boys. Yeah, I mean.
That was the Battle of Gettysburg. What an unbelievable. I mean, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch. And the statement of Robert E. Lee, who's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that? No longer in favor. Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill. They were fighting uphill. He said, "Wow, that was a big mistake." He lost his great general. And they were fighting. Never fight uphill, me boys, but it was too late.
Me boys. Get you plenty of citrus to avoid the scurvy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I Googled it, but the zone is just flooded with stories about Trump. Like, I don't know that Robert E. Lee actually ever said this. But yeah, but somebody would have said, like, oh, this is a link to this text of whenever this was supposed to have been said. But I don't know. It's also really funny if you imagine, like, I mean, the Civil War is one of the bloodiest things that has happened. Like, let's just say Western Hemisphere last 4 centuries. I mean, it's tough to compare to, right? It's horrible. But if you imagine that Robert E. Lee made a tactical error, and then he was like, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Big mistake. No, I don't think that's exactly how that went. Did you guys see the ERCOT warning?
No.
They're already bugging over high temps in freaking April, buddy.
Caroline.
Can we come live here?
No, you got a sweet...
Oh, sorry. No, my bad.
Sweet
Whatever.
crib, and yes, we're going to live here anyway. You guys got a generator?
We do.
Okay.
What do you? Come on, bro.
I'm just saying, you just built this house in today's current climate.
It was after Snowmageddon.
Yeah, and you're like,
So
we're putting in a generator.
Correct.
Okay.
You thought about it.
So we could broadcast here.
Yes.
Is it open? Are you saying you just said that legally?
Absolutely.
That's legally binding if we get blacked out. Yeah.
They're saying there could be a power deficiency tomorrow and Wednesday, and it's not even really supposed to be that hot. It's like low 90s, mid 90s.
This week?
Yes.
Oh, I thought this was like this June or
Yeah,
July.
they're warning us for August.
Dude, it's not even 90. It's like high 80s, low 90s.
You know what happened is
Do you guys listen? Go ahead, Blake.
That eclipse just took out so much of our solar power.
I think you're right. Yeah, all the all the solar panels are in the red. Do you guys listen when they tell you to do it?
No.
None of you do.
No.
No, I can't say I do.
Mark, Caroline? No. Okay. You guys take it cooler.
I don't do that.
You do like a Gaylord Hotel ice party where you have to have mitts to be in your house.
I don't go overboard, but, what do you – come on.
I kind of believe, with absolutely no evidence or basis, that the smart thermostats can be manipulated by Big Cool.
We've seen that.
I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
What do you mean we've seen that?
Like, without you even doing it, I think it does it for you.
Well, what do you mean we've seen it, though?
Exactly what Jake is saying.
You've seen it at your house?
No. There have been news stories.
I think there's been news stories, but they were always like, hey, this person said that happened.
No, if I'm remembering correctly, it's some part of your agreement in some like cities that they can control your thermostat.
Yeah.
So it's not
which is probably not a bad idea because, especially if people just go to work all day and then, right?
Yeah, but you pay the bill.
Yeah.
So I don't look.
I thought you're a socialist.
Yeah, I am, but I feel like
not
on
when it
that
comes
one,
to your air conditioning.
I feel like on that one, the government. There's a difference between socialism and communism. You still have some choices you can make.
It's all the same to me.
Is it?
That's right.
I don't even know what that means.
It's fascist.
Yeah, this story is from a couple years ago, and it does admit that TXU can control your thermostat. And it's a part of an agreement that you are participating in the program, but you actively have to like.
Now, if you want to talk about communist participating in the program,
yeah,
sounds extremely communist.
You have to deliberately go in and uncheck or whatever, unsubscribe from this program, but you're just naturally put into it.
Why didn't Blake ever remind me to get a generator?
Dude.
20,000 times. I will tell you this, though, from the Brunig files, the rent house has an electric stove. I'm on board.
You like it better than the gas?
I like it way better.
My wife had a gas put into our house.
Yeah, that's what most people
ladies love gas.
They do. Yeah, and I remember like when I was trying to talk to my mom about it, and she was like, "No, like you know, the cooking is uneven. It doesn't, dude. It's better. First of all, it's safe. It's environmentally friendly, and it heats way quicker."
Yeah, but it's not real, Jake.
Well, it's not like it's a grill, like where you can actually taste the smoke or the charcoal or something like that. I like it. And this has been Rent House Update.
Is it the coils? Or is it just
no,
a flat?
It's just flat.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever light a cigarette on the coils?
What do you think?
Absolutely, right? We all have.
Of course. The knife rips,
I started
buddy.
smoking just to do that.
You know about knife rips?
No. A knife rip.
Yeah, so anybody else want to help me, or I'm on my own on this one? As a sole millennial pothead.
Do these people look like knife rip people?
People change. I mean,
right? Grow.
They have us here.
Knife rip people
Right?
don't
They
live in a
clearly
house like
have grown
this.
out of some kind of, or almost grown out of.
So
some
what
kind
you
of
do
a-
is you could do it with pot, but it's better with hash. Pot works though. You take like two like butter knives, heat up the stove, and then like put them in the coils.
Okay, feels like your hand's gonna get
No,
pretty hot there.
Just hold the knife and then just like stick it in the coil.
All right.
And then you have typically like you take a 2 liter or a 20 ounce, right? Bottle, and then cut that somewhere at the bottom. Doesn't have to be halfway, but 2/3, whatever. You still with me?
Sure.
So now we're gonna take that bottle. Obviously, you're gonna inhale from the top of it. Take those knives, and then take your bud or your hash and like put the 2 knives on it, and it is going to absolutely fry that little piece.
So does smoke up?
And it's going to be like, it's basically like
you're holding the bottle over that, and it's just funneling that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically like what do like the crackhead type pot people do, other than what I'm describing? The thing that'll blow up your house. No, what is it?
I kind of know what you're talking about.
I know in my head. But it's basically like you're creating a torch.
Okay.
And it happens very fast. And I used to...
so it really comes up.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I used to charge people for this.
Like you would do it
Yeah,
for
I
them?
mean, I was like not participating. But I would have a line of like 15, 20 people at my house. And people already had money for the keg, you know, so I'd be like, all right, buck a rip. I was a businessman.
I know, and that's why I'm really confident in what we're doing.
That's because of Knife Rip Guy?
Yeah, because you are just always thinking of a way to make another dollar.
Hundreds of new North Texas students last year were sent to disciplinary alternative schools because they were caught vaping. There is a new state law
That seems kind of
that says
pretty
if
far
you
away.
get caught with a vape, you're getting sent somewhere else.
That seems quite a leap.
Yeah. It says that
It's just because vaping is so unknown, right? And olds get upset with anything they don't know about.
yeah, and it's weird too because I remember
Like they were all smoking in high
that's
school.
exactly what I was going to say. Is like I'm positive that
It's just a different thing.
yeah, your kids in the 80s
They were all impregnating each other and smoking and all
Yeah.
this kind of stuff.
yeah. You were not sending kids to alternative school in the 80s if you found a pack of cigarettes on them.
That seems insane.
You don't want to have them at school.
Is this just Texas?
This particular law is a state law. Yeah, new state law.
Cool.
You pretty fired up about everything here?
Well, it's ridiculous. Think of Caroline's kids. What if they just happen to, I'm going to try it with my friends or something. They get caught, and now you get sent to another school?
Yeah, it feels like there should be some. I mean, also, I can tell you get addicted. So like now you're punishing somebody for. I mean, I'm not saying it's not their fault, but something that's a little bit bigger than like it's not like cheating on your test. You know, like an act of commission where you actually went and did something nefarious. You know, I don't know. It's weird.
It's not like they're doing ice.
He really wanted to say that.
That's a thing, right? Ice is like a drug or something?
I think it's just meth.
Oh.
Pretty much, yeah. Did I ever tell you that there were 2 girls at my high school? Both very attractive. Probably seems like an unnecessary note. But they were known as the Ice Queens.
Nice.
Because they really, really like that
Hot.
stuff.
I think having them be attracted. So were they meth hot, or they were actually just hot even if they didn't do meth? Because I would think that might
the
have
latter
popped them up a couple notches for you.
Yeah.
Like, cool, you do meth every day?
I think I don't think things turned out well.
Oh.
But for a brief moment in time, two of the more attractive females at my high school were smoking speed.
Let's get them on. Did you see him at your reunion?
They were younger than I was.
At Jerry World?
No, I have not. It wasn't. It was at the Star, but pretty close. All right, there's your news.
All right.
See, I like to do it when he's leaning back.
Yeah,
especially.
yeah. We get it.
Yeah.
We think that's all hilarious.
Oh, okay.
The Dumb Zone presents Today in History.
You know what I never did is
my article.
Never did your article, but you also told me before you didn't think you wanted to do it today.
I did.
So now you're
Why
throwing
would
me
I
under
ever
the bus.
say that?
Your little article that's online. All right. So at least let me do. I won't do all the viewer mail, but I will do a couple of birthdays from subbies. Day 2, 1526 here. Can you wish me a happy 27th birthday? Also, thank Jake for the Lake House story follow-up. I assumed it was something eating related since it's you, but not that kind of eating. Thanks from Topher. I do find that there are things that in our radio life we might have done 5 times on the air over the years. And people are like, I never knew the story to that.
Yeah.
Like even now, people will say, I never knew the story to what's the no puppet thing? What's that drop all about?
Yeah.
And have you ever figured that out, Blake, on where exactly that is? Because we did break it down before Blake joined us here on the podcast.
That was my question for closing remarks, was where did no puppet come from?
Okay, I guess we'll get to it then. All right.
Before she has to pick up her kids, so
All right,
move it along.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, Dumb Zone World, it's me, yours truly.
Good.
This birthday wish is for Keaton, DF number 498. It's his Dirk minus Dwight Powell birthday.
What is Dwight Powell now?
He's 34?
Really?
No.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, he's 7.
Okay.
His leaders are Blake's gay voice.
Don't make me do math with this every day, with your birthdays.
His leaders are Blake's gay voice. It says here, his words, not mine. 69 bits, 420 bits, Lower Heaven O.J. Simpson, and the unbuilt 9/11 Memorial in Rose Hill, Kansas, which is currently taking donations. Thanks for making a joke out of damned everything from number 945, Brian. And then he says, P.S., more Blake. After he wrote that you had a gay voice. That's not cool. I would never say that about you, dude.
No, you just thought I was gay.
Right. Your voice is hot, though.
That did happen.
And that's fine, dude.
Is that why you didn't come to my wedding? You
Right, I don't want to meet him.
It'll never last. It's just a cover.
It's just some dudes.
Some beard.
Let's see. So today in history, Monday, April 15th, on this day in 1912, the Titanic sank. 1,500 people died. Half as many survived. So I think I'd rather just die in that. I don't want to survive with all those others. I want to just survive me.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't need 700 people.
Do y'all believe it was an insurance scam?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that, Blake.
Only Blake would say that.
Yes.
Conspiracy theory guy.
It's great.
I've never, ever thought of that.
Oh, said it couldn't sink, huh? We'll see about that.
On this day in 1947, Jackie Robinson made his official debut with the Dodgers.
Dan.
So on this day in 1997, the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson's breaking the color barrier. And not, I just want to make this clear. It's not because the World Series had been recently canceled because of a labor dispute and Major League Baseball was trying to get back in good graces with their fans for the long run. that had nothing to do with the fact that Bud Selig announced that the number 42 would be retired in perpetuity for every team. Right.
Would have done it either way.
Would have done it either way, even if they had extra World Series the year before.
Why would they have ever had extra World Series?
On this day in 1989.
Jeez.
Let's see. In Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, England, 96 people died in a crush of soccer fans. Do you think this is the legendary one?
It is.
With me and Bob?
It is. It in fact is.
You know the end of this story, don't you?
No, I was hoping.
96 people died.
I know the end of the story, but I don't
know
the you and Bob part.
Well, no, the end of the story is that, because it says right here, however, the 96 people that died, it says here, they were only soccer fans. So, I mean, it wasn't really that big of a deal in history.
I feel like she might be into soccer.
I did play soccer.
Are you stoked on soccer?
I can tell by that.
I'm not a European soccer.
It's the beautiful game.
Yeah, the world's game.
That's what I call it. On this day in 2013, 2 bombs made from pressure cookers exploded at the Boston Marathon finish line.
That was insane.
Killing 2 women and an 8-year-old boy and injuring more than 260.
Dude, I was in front of my television like it was an NFL Sunday.
Watching the manhunt?
Insane. I think it was like a Friday afternoon.
Have they killed the guy that did it?
Well, one of them died. But the other one is in Supermax in Colorado.
Did you watch the documentary Netflix did?
I've not. Is it good?
It's amazing.
Okay.
Funny.
A real knee slapper. Dude, because they had like...
what's it called? Do you remember? No?
They had like it's not infrared, but like heat signature type cameras. And he was under that boat.
Yeah, you've got to watch it.
Okay. Interested.
Oh, American Manhunt?
And on this day in 2019, this is when the Notre Dame Cathedral was ablaze.
Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, I've recently seen the Notre Dame Cathedral. You been to Paris?
I have.
It's pretty sweet. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was good. It was a long time ago. I don't really. I was a kid. I don't really remember it that
nothing
much.
there for me.
Not a lot of follow up on that one.
Today's birthdays, we have John Danks, 39.
Really, really good dude.
Former Ranger prospect, a 1-9.
Wait.
In 2013. John Danks, I don't think you know who he is.
John Daniels. Sorry. John Danks DVD. Yeah.
Antonio Cromartie is 40.
Kempspin.
13?
He's the one with all the kids?
Yeah. We got Alonzo.
Who was 9. And like 3 of the kids, many of the kids were born, like he'll go in waves, right?
Yeah, and I believe...
Or I should say he'll come in waves.
Okay, I love it. One of those waves came post-vasectomy.
There you go.
That's how good he was.
Yeah.
Jason Sehorn is 53. No longer, but was married to Angie Harmon.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a white cornerback who's going to be drafted in the first round?
Cooper DeJean.
Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Colin Allred is 41.
There was definitely a time... Wait, who is that?
Isn't he the politician?
Okay, yeah.
Is he running against
Cruz?
Yeah.
I think I was thinking of Colin Mockery.
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, there was a time where that was a big player in my home.
Seth Rogen, 42.
Colin Allred, I believe, a Sooner?
Ed O'Brien, 56, from Radiohead. Columnist Heloise, 73. Emma Watson, 34. Hermione. Maisie Williams is 27. That's Arya Stark. Thomas Wilson is 65. Biff from Back to the Future. And Andy Daly is 53 from Eastbound and Down.
Who's he?
We're looking.
I think he's his little buddy, isn't he?
Stevie?
Could he be 53? Is that too old?
No, that sounds about right.
I love him. Or could he be the principal?
Andy Bailey.
Andy Daly.
Daly.
D-A-L-Y.
Okay.
Born on this day.
He's the principal.
Okay.
You know, Kenny, I
played a little ball myself. Born on this day, now dead. It's Frank Vincent.
Run a lot of marathons, do a lot of biking.
Frank
swimming.
Vincent was in The Sopranos.
Yeah, you know all about that.
Not trying to be the best at exercising.
And he was Billy Bats in Goodfellas, who said, "Go get your effing shine box." And how about this fun fact?
Yeah, this guy's great.
When looking him up this morning, fun fact from his Wikipedia page: skilled at the drums, piano, and trumpet, Vincent originally aspired to a career in music.
Yes.
By day, he was a studio musician who worked with many recording artists such as Paul Anka and Del Shannon. Vincent had his own jazz band billed as Frank Vincent and the Aristocats that played the evenings. In 1969, his band needed a piano player to secure bookings, and Vincent hired Joe Pesci to play guitar.
Okay.
As the popularity of lounge music waned, Vincent and Pesci turned to stand-up comedy. They performed as Vincent and Pesci from 1970 to 1976. Their act had Abbott and Costello-inspired double-act antics with Don Rickles-style insult comedy, which proved popular.
That's wild.
Who knew that Joe Pesci was a stand-up comedian with a well-known...
I mean, you could kind of see it, but the guy from Sopranos, I can't see it at all.
I found a couple of their comedy albums. Maybe we should play these more in full later, but...
You could make me grow up at all. Some brand new toys. And another thing, a puppy, a dog, and a ding-a-ling-a-ling. But the thing that I really...
Fast forward here a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's...
Can you feel the way I talk?
Okay, that's obviously some kind of a Christmas song. Okay, I thought it was going to be... Okay, that's supposedly their bit.
You know what's weird, though, is just the death of the comedy album.
I was thinking about the comedy album this weekend because
I
I'm
was
watching the Steve
obsessed.
Martin documentary on Apple TV. And the first half is all about his stand-up comedy, and then...
The Adam Sandler albums.
2 huge albums.
That was... just wore those out.
Died on this day, we have Abraham Lincoln, Pol Pot, and R. Lee Ermey from Full Metal Jacket.
You talked to him, didn't you?
I did.
More specifically from Saving Silverman.
Today in history.
Which you should watch with your wife if you've never seen it.
Well, I don't know that's more specific. That's pretty specific right there.
Well, I guess I mean more notably, perhaps.
I don't know. It's
Saving Silverman, he's
put
fantastic.
him on the map
No.
when he did the Full
Which one
Metal
do you know him
Jacket.
from, Blake?
Saving Silverman.
Thank you.
Now we welcome Caroline to the center stage. Is Caroline on video at all or no? People are just going to be emailing us about that. You didn't want video. Okay.
I don't know the answer.
But that's all we get after Drop Beth was on the other day. It's like, bro, send me a pic.
I asked Michael, I literally asked how old she was, because she has a pretty young voice.
Okay, well, I never asked her age, because I don't think that's gentlemanly to do.
That is true.
Although Jake did ask you.
I think
Your
that
age.
asking a woman their age is the same as asking a man as their age, because I just see all of us as humans.
Okay.
So if you have...
I just haven't seen him ask. He didn't ask your husband a damn
if
thing.
you have special rules for women, then I guess you view them as fragile.
The only thing he asked your husband is to get him to drink.
I asked him what he does. We talked. He hasn't been dutifully refilling my water, though,
No,
for
he's
2 hours.
He's
So
got
I
to be
feel-
confused
I
about
feel
what the
bad.
hell is going on here.
Yeah.
Closing remarks from Caroline. Thanks for having us out.
Thanks for coming. It was awesome. I
Ooh.
loved it.
Okay, good. We're glad.
So you want to know about No Puppet, huh?
I want to know No Puppet and line 4 guy / heart attack guy. Same guy? I kind of thought I wouldn't.
No
get
one
any.
knows.
I know. I was like,
the mystery.
I don't think I'm going to get an
How
answer.
did you put that together?
Okay, we'll go back to No Puppet then.
Yeah, so this is from 2016 in the Trump-Hillary. I have it pulled up if you want.
Oh, okay.
I'll play the longer one, I guess, but it's from the Trump-Hillary debates, and they were arguing about Putin and Russia, which I think will all become pretty apparent.
I don't know Putin. He said nice things about me. If we got along well, that would be good. If Russia and the United States got along well and went after ISIS, that would be good. He has no respect for her. He has no respect for our president. And I'll tell you what, we're in very serious trouble because we have a country with tremendous numbers of nuclear warheads, 1,800, by the way, where they expanded and we didn't. 1,800 nuclear warheads. And she's playing chicken. Look, Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit that the Russians have engaged in.
Okay, so you've got that. And then within about a week of that, I got pretty much blackout drunk on a Cowboys live stream that I was doing with our friend TC at the time. This is 8 years ago. I was a different person. And it was.
You haven't noticed that.
Yeah, and we were just saying this to each other all week. We were just like, "You're the puppet. No puppet. You're the puppet." And then I just got hammered, and the Cowboys were playing the Eagles, and I think it was Witten with like a walk-off touchdown, and that's when I just started yelling, "No puppet." Yeah, I think there's more. I mean, let's see. There's this one's a not safe for work. Oh, it's beeped. We don't have to beep stuff anymore, but we have all the audio from beep days. But yeah, I just started. That's it.
Perfect.
There's really not much more to it.
It goes back to Trump.
Wasn't it like a Dez? Or fades back.
It was either a Dez or a Witten, but yeah, then it started like showing up in like TV shows and stuff.
There is no big picture. There was a job, and I fulfilled my duty, and that's more than I can say for you.
Oh, come on. You know damn well that's not how the Dark Army works. You don't go from most wanted man on the planet to hero unless they have plans for you. How can you not see that?
The things I did, the things I sacrificed, I earned my freedom. That's the least they could give me.
Horse, you're being added to a collection of puppets.
No puppet, no puppet. You're the puppet.
Wake up!
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's not that entertaining.
Oh, but now I know.
Yeah, and so does like the bank because it's a name for a possible company.
Let me see what this is.
They're putting the chains down. No use for them. Rest of this game.
Here we go.
Now, what you're about to hear, this is the drunkest I've ever been recorded in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing.
Game.
Holy
Fade Des Bryant. Scrambling around. Finding men.
Cowboys win! Cowboys win! Cowboys win! Yes!
You're the puppet! You're the puppet!
You puppet!
He's the puppet!
You puppet!
You puppets! No puppet! No puppet! Spalding! Spalding!
They were showing Spalding in the booth with Jerry.
Merry Christmas, Eagles!
Eagles! 3-0!
Oh, Romo, I don't even know you. I've never heard of you.
Sounds like Campound.
So embarrassing right there. But yeah, there's your full context. Do you have any other closing remarks? Or
No,
you kinda,
I'm still not going to get anything from Line 4 guy.
Oh, we don't know.
Okay. Do you still have the mask that you wore at Campound?
I do not. And you know what I actually have in the back of my car right now? There's a really weird deal. Over the past 10 years, I have accumulated so many props and costumes. And like when we were moving, I just took a minute to look at each one of them. I'm like, what do I do with this? Like I've got 30 costumes and wigs and masks and, you know, like female underwear. I can't count that one year. I've just got so much junk. Maybe I'll give some of it away this weekend at Alamo Drafthouse.
At the 420 event, which you can watch.
On YouTube.
HTTP.
Nope, just YouTube.
Okay. Thanks, Caroline.
Adios, mofo.
What does Blake do? What does Blake do? What does Blake do? What does Blake do? What would you say? What does Blake do? You do here. Listen together. What does Blake do? What would you say? What does Blake do? You do here. Listen together. What does Blake do? What would you say? What does Blake do? You do here. Listen together. What does Blake do? What would you say? You do here. What does Blake do? Listen together. Do. What would you say? What does Blake do?
What does Blake do?
You do here. What does Blake do?